swear. Don't swear. I click on that hellhole known as Twitter, and just tell people that I'm in the show. I'm in the live.
Like formerly known as Twitter.
This track is such a banger. I refuse to call it that other name.
Well, because to me, it's more hilarious that way.
No, it's more hilarious if you continue to call it Twitter, because Elon Musk wants you to call it X. But literally nobody calls it that, because that could mean anything. Nobody knows what that means. That could be anything. Right. You say X, that could be anything. So nobody knows. You have to specify you mean Twitter. Even the things that say, oh, it's X, they always put Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter. And most we see on some news stations or something like that. It probably annoy him more if you just continue to call it Twitter. Anyway, where's the? I'm all over the place, Mousy. All over the place. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Go on the hellhole known as Twitter. Such a hellhole, that place. Oh yeah, I need to grab a link. I need to grab a link. I'm streaming twice over, so I'm gonna stop this thingy string in a minute. Invite. Copy. Live on. Oh, this is hella loud. Turn this down. It's so loud. Right. Hold on. Where's that window? Live on. Play special. Community Roundtable episode. Should mute. Right, one sec, we're getting there. I just got to put some links on this thing. Okay, hang on. I'm not copy cut. Yeah. Don't sweat. What are you laughing at? Who'd like to...
Red Oak offered to make you a playlist of FF7 music.
I have a playlist right here. Have one. This is a playlist. This is a playlist right now. What do you think this is? It's literally a playlist.
Apparently not good.
FF7 music. We can't play the regular. You can't just play the OST because it gets copyrighted. FF7 music gets copyrighted. So you can't play the regular OST anyway, even if one wanted to. If you'd like to join in the discussion, link to...
I think Red Hood maybe knows some other remixes you could use.
We're using this one. Whatever. We're using this one. What are we using that one for? This is perfectly good. It's excellent, in fact. Excellent. It's a Discord. Is in the... Oh no. Oh, this one. Discord is... Okay. Into Discord.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy X Lo-fi. That would be really cool if that was lo-fi.
Well, no. No. That's the answer to that. That's the end of that discussion.
You can't even say that that's too hyper!
I mean, we're listening to what we're listening to. I don't know why we put anything else on. We have the music right here. This is the music.
I know, J2, I know!
I don't know what's happening here. The music is on. Why is the music?
You backed her into a corner, J2.
I'm not in a corner. How am I in a corner? You're in a corner. What about FF10 bruh? Bruh, I'm in a corner because like J2 said bruh with a laughing face and a skull emoji. That puts me in a corner, does it? I don't think so. Right, I don't know if one can... I have the good internet now. I have the really good internet. But I don't know if this internet is enough for me to be streaming on two things. So I know you love this music, but I'm probably going to have to stop. Oh, well, let me see. How does it look on YouTube? Has anyone can see?
I don't have it on YouTube, so...
Oh, I'll look at it. I need to hear
what I have YouTube, I don't have it on.
What I sound like. Oh, please hit the like button. Like button. Am I even coming through?
Okay, it's like
can I be heard?
Noise. Yeah, new timeouts. You can put people in timeout for different lengths. Oh, okay, got it.
Can I be heard on the thing? Hang on a second. I have to. Mousy, can you mute for 1 sec?
Yeah.
Or
1 second.
Just be quiet for 1 second. She's not listening. You're not listening, Vinnie Mac. So I'm gonna stop this for a second and actually see if I actually can be heard. 1 second. I just got to put some links on this thing. Okay, so my audio is there. Let's see. Let's end that discussion. My own self. I'm literally laughing at myself. Oh my god. I'm making myself crack up. I'm making myself laugh. Okay. I just don't know why is it this every damn show there's a fight over this music. I don't even see what the problem is right now. I'm like, what is the problem? There's no problem. Okay. We have everything's live. Right, my computer's been a bit weird, but we're ready to go. We have 2 people watching. We need more people here, and to hit the like button, please, and tweet out or something. Sorry. I don't know what that is in response to, Finny Mac.
Response to your comment when he said she's not listening.
I am listening. I'm listening right now. How am I not listening? Okay, it's time to start. Let's start.
Sounds good.
Start see sure.
I think that his blood pressure is gonna go over today.
I don't why. Welcome everybody to this special makeup episode, community roundtable episode of Game Corner Shop Live. We're doing this because yes, I have been absent for like 2 weeks. That's due to me being unwell, having unfortunate flare up of my health condition. I'm feeling a little bit better now. I'm never 100% if people know that I'm basically because of my health issues. I am in constant pain. But you know what? I try and live my life anyway. So today, our discussion is going to be... I see this meme. Oh my god. I'm going to show this meme on screen. This is J2. J2, what is this? What's that supposed to mean? These people... They put memes on there because I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Lo-Fi. I don't see what the problem is. We had a big trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This isn't literally the most appropriate music I could play. I don't understand what this contention is every week for 3 months. That is a gross exaggeration. That is a gross exaggeration for Vinnie Mac. That is a gross exaggeration. Oh, for God's sake! Oh my God. Okay, well, fine. Where's that thing someone sent me something. Hang on. Every week this is like a fight to the death over this goddamn music every week. Okay, fine. Somebody sent me a. If I can't find it, it's not getting played. Oh, well, I've just found it. Right, fine. I'll play this. I was sent this by Yeshua. Yeshua sent me this mix. I have not vetted this. Normally I vet the music. This has not been vetted by myself. And I'm playing it blind. Alright? So don't start moaning. This is Beiton Kaitos. And I really hope I don't get copyrighted. Well, there's nothing to claim anyway, because this channel's not monetized. But look, here we go. We're playing this. I did get my copy of Beiton Kaitos, thank you very much. I got it. What the hell? This video was posted 15 years ago! Oh my God! It's a 15-year-old video! That's wild! Oh my God. Okay, we'll turn it down slightly though. How's that volume people? Is it too loud or is it? Alright.
It's perfect.
I don't know if I can keep the 2 streams going. If there's an issue, I'll have to stop the other one.
Okay.
But I have very high-speed internet now, so you know you'd think it'd be okay. If there is any issues, let me know. I'm only putting this on for the streaming on Discord just for the benefit of. It's hardly anyone. There's no one in the stream. Who's in the stream? How can I see who's in the stream?
Benny, J. Arthur, Red Hood.
Oh, you're all listening to this music then? Okay.
Oh, I don't know, but I am.
It's very relaxing. Is this from
Is it because Sephiroth ain't shirtless in the other Lofies?
Look, how can he be shirtless in a musical track? Please explain that to me. I don't understand.
Vinny, I'm gonna have to nix shirtless Sephiroth for a little while because literally you're gonna put Jody out of action for about 5-10 minutes.
No, that's not what's gonna happen.
Time.
That's not gonna happen. Why would that happen?
It's not gonna happen. So
we will watch that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer though. That's what we're gonna do. You watch that? Okay. Welcome.
Let's start with the direct.
Well, Mousy wants to talk about shirtless Sephiroth, right? Right off the bat. It's the first thing she wants to talk about. But we will not
nixed it because the last time you talked about shirtless Sephiroth, you went dead and the line stopped cold for about 5 minutes.
That is a gross exaggeration of events. That's not what happened. Okay.
It was like Jody.
Look, let me do the show. Okay. Welcome everybody. Today's special episode. I have some guests with me today. Some may talk, some may not. Some may accuse me of playing Final Fantasy VII Lo-Fi too much. That is not true at all. But anyway, I have in the J2's never spoken, so J2's probably not going to. But we have J2, Mousy, Keycare, Red Hood, Roche, and Vinnie Mac in the roundtable discussion. Welcome. What we're going to be doing is discussing the state of play and discussing the Nintendo Direct and anything else that takes our fancy. We have a special playlist today provided by Yeshua. This is a mix of various music from various different games. This one right now is from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Okay, so I think Yeshua has heeded my advice to keep it to like kind of relaxing music, nothing too hype. Alright, that's why Sonic Music is banned, by the way. No Sonic Music is allowed on the show or on my server, so it's just banned. Right. So I was gone for 2 weeks due to being a bit unwell, but we're back for this special episode today. I'm going to be talking about this. So you want to start with the Nintendo Direct, did you say, Mousy?
That's probably the best because it has the most information and...
Right, so then shouldn't we leave that one to last then, if has the most information in it?
What?
Shouldn't we leave that one to last? Or you want to do that one first?
Well, if you want to, I mean, I have to leave in about 18 minutes, but it's fine because I'll be on text if that's fine.
Okay, alright, I'll do it now then, because you say you've got to leave. Okay, so this is the Nintendo Direct. I'm looking at a summary of the events from IGN. Is this okay for everybody on the stream? There's nobody watching. There's nobody watching the stream. I have no idea. Nobody's. No.
I don't want to do it just for me. Do you guys want to start with PlayStation or the Nintendo Direct first?
No, we'll do the Nintendo Direct. So as soon as you're here, and that's probably what you want to talk about. Okay, so the Nintendo Direct. It was a little bit more of a mixed response to the Direct. It had some very solid, good announcements, but it didn't have like maybe some really huge games that people wanted or are absent, or MIA stuff that's being rumored, stuff that people kind of it's kind of like leaked and people know it's in development and stuff like that. But yeah, I think at this point it's safe to say that Nintendo's gearing up for their next console, so there's probably some like really big announcements that have been held back, but nevertheless I think there's still strong support at the end of the Switch's life, more than some other Nintendo consoles, I could say. So one of the big reveal at the end, because they don't have it in here in the order that it was announced in this, unfortunately, in this article I'm looking at. But one of the big announcements was the big announcement at the end was Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door HD. Now, looking at, I thought that this was like a complete remake. It just looks so good that it looks like they've completely remade it from scratch. But I don't think that's the case. I think they've redid these models, because when you compare these in-game models with how it, let's turn this down. When you compare these in-game models, I'm going to pause this music for a minute. When you compare this music to the in-game models to how it looked at how the GameCube version looked, the GameCube ones had like a white outline on them, and they've kind of made them look layered in this. I'll put up full screen for a minute. They've made them look layered in this thing. Oh, don't do that thing. Hang on.
So it's a remake.
Yeah. So I don't think it's 100% a remake. Going by the name, anyway, it's. I mean, they've called it Paper Mario: Thousand-Year Door HD, which suggests it's not remade from scratch. It just looks. I mean, I assumed this was a remake when I saw it actually, but I think it just looks that good. I think what it is, the original game looked pretty good on the GameCube, and yeah. So go ahead, Mouse.
They may have switched engines, so it depends on... See, for me, if they switch engines, they do have to kind of remake some parts of it. So, I can't say, because I don't know what engine it was originally on, but...
So you have more detailed paper mechanics, or paper graphics. If you actually take a look at the models, they actually have backs models.
Yeah.
So, in the GameCube version, you only had... It was almost like a flip back and forth. So we're actually flipping the model back and forth. So there really wasn't a back to each one. So there is some remade process. If you want to take a look at Biting Kaito's HD, that is a remaster. It's the same game, same everything, just a new coat of paint. This is new models, new things are happening. Even in the cutscenes, you have more happening in the cutscenes. When you are flying that blimp, I don't know if anybody remembers Thousand-Year Door, but when you actually fly in the blimp, it actually just had Mario and your current party member at the time. In this one, you can see all the party members. So that was not the case in Thousand-Year Door. There were like 2 scenes where they actually had all the characters. So this is more than just a new coat of paint.
Okay, so they've added quite a few extra things, as Vinnie Mac says. Definitely more details. It looks more detailed in the GameCube version. The models are different. Like the models have, like they look like they're made of multiple bits of paper, basically. But I think in the GameCube one, it just looks like one flat bit of paper, right? That's kind of like moving. So yeah, and it just has, it just says 2024 as a release.
Well, Jade says that it isn't even. They don't even have HD on it, which to me again suggests it's a complete remake since they didn't have like.
Okay. I'm just going by what it says on the IGN thing. It says HD, but is that not the actual title then of what they've called it? That's just what it's just. I'm just reading what on the IGN website. Maybe they haven't actually called it. Maybe that's not the official name.
Let me look at Gamatsu because they usually use the actual names on Gamatsu.
Why? Why's Mousey's doing that? Let's take a look at some of these other announcements. What? No, let's get some more thoughts on the Paper Mario announcement. Whilst I put that mix back on.
Overall, I would say that I thought the direct was a fine direct. I think people complaining are a little bit, I don't know what they would have been expecting, honestly, because I know that one of them, like Thousand Year Door, is a remake, but I mean, technically you do have quite a number of games that a lot of people probably haven't played. I mean, Thousand Year Door was GameCube, so it's like, I don't know. I mean, I do agree that they are winding down major support, but at the same time, and I've seen some people disgruntled by the announcements, but I can't really, I mean, and this is coming from me, I'm not the biggest Mario fan, but I can't really see anything that's particularly bad about that direct. I mean, they had a lot of like stuff that people would be excited for, so I'm not really sure.
Bad announcements. I mean, it was. There's been better directs, sure, but I thought it was fairly solid. Like a C.
This was a good direct. I want to piggyback on what Mousy was saying because she was actually on a good point here. When people are complaining about the remakes, it's the wrong remakes. If they would have announced Xenoblade Chronicles X, people would have been excited. If they would have released Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, people would have been excited. If they would have released Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3, some people would have been excited. So it's just the wrong remakes were announced. That's all. It's just the wrong remakes that people weren't expecting. I don't know what you're really expecting on a console that we all know is on its way out. So this makes the most amount of sense to kind of be experimental, to kind of bring up these old games that people have been asking. We're getting another Code R. That game wasn't ever released outside, so sure, that's a remake, but you never played it. So to me, it was a solid direct. I think Mousy was on a good point. It's a solid B direct. I don't know what people were expecting, except the wrong remakes were announced.
Yeah, I think like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door in particular is a game that people have been crying and whining for like literally years, like of people crying and whining about that game, and then Nintendo's like, here you go. No need. We're not. This isn't just it's not just going. It's not a Switch Online thing where it's just a straight port that we haven't done anything to. We've actually touched it up and done some stuff and the new models and stuff like that. Here you go. And then people are still moaning. As Minimax says, you're not gonna satisfy everybody. Some of the games you named, I mean, they're all old games, right? There was some new stuff in this direct, but obviously people want like new announcements as well. Metroid Prime 4 is MIA. I think at this point it's likely to be cross-gen with the new console, but we'll have to wait and see. Mouse.
Well, I do agree that it's so. I mean, I think that more people would play certain games, but I think as far as making a splash, something like Xenoblade X would make a bigger splash, even though I think in the long run...
No, not doing Paper Mario.
No, I mean like with the... we talk about these audiences, but as far as like...
sorry, Mousy, you mean the weeps? Is that... Is that what you mean?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like, I mean, casual 1,000-year door is a much better choice, and I can see why they picked it. But I do like that's why I say splashed. I don't mean like if it's gonna sell more. I just mean like as far as buzz goes, there's more buzz around. Like, how many people even knew another code existed?
I had no idea what it was.
Right. And I think it's a great choice because it's kind of an obscure Nintendo title that not a lot of people, and it looks great. It doesn't look like it's, it looks great. But the thing is that there's certain games that make a lot more sparkles when they say them, even if they aren't the ones that end up selling the most. Like, Wonder is going to sell a ton. Princess Peach is going to sell a ton. Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door is gonna sell a ton. They're smart decisions. It's just people who watch the Direct who get up early and I gotta see. Those are not the titles that they're excited for. But that doesn't mean that Nintendo isn't being smart with its business play.
No, I agree. I think the Paper Mario was the right choice for more people. Xenoblade Chronicles X, I know that there's people who are really clamoring for that game because it is, at the moment, as we're saying right now, is completely trapped on the Wii U. It's one of the last games that is like completely trapped on the Wii U. There's a couple on there that will basically never be able to leave the Wii U because of they were so heavily designed around the gamepad that it's going to be like now and impossible for them to go on another platform like Nintendo Land and some other games. And also people want the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, but they were already ports from other cons. They've been like released multiple times, those games. So but Xenoblade Chronicles X is only on the Wii U. It's nowhere else. So it would be good for them to bring that over, but it's gonna appeal to like a very niche. Yeah. It's very, very niche. I think they should bring it over. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. Xenoblade is not more popular nowadays. So oh my god, what is this really? Was it? I can't remember this track. I don't remember this. Oh no, I do remember this!
Xenoblade Chronicles X is the perfect game to have with the big system. It would be a launch window style game. That's the perfect game for that. Because we just had Xenoblade Chronicles this year. So if you kind of want to introduce a new system like everybody is anticipating, I think Xenoblade Chronicles X is the perfect kind of filler game to sort of give everybody that large RPG taste while pushing what the Switch can do, what the next platform can do. You kind of fill that RPG sort of, checkbox. You probably want a platform, probably want an RPG and something else. So I can see that happening within the next maybe 18 months or so.
Yeah, but I mean, I do think for me it was solid. And Jay Arthur brings up a good point that some people are like, well, we can emulate this stuff. But my thing is that there's a lot of people that don't emulate. Like you can't go by what, again, somebody who's gonna get up at like this is getting too loud for me. You can't go by what someone what people who get up at 6 a.m. You have to go by like what the average person is gonna be like in these circumstances. And I think it was solid. I think anyone complaining needs to have their head examined. Like, what were you expecting? Like, I don't know. They were going to have the follow-up to Tears of the Kingdom ready to show you? I mean, that just is...
Basically, yeah. Everyone's forgetting. That game just came out a few months ago. That game was huge. We had that game... We said that just came out. So, I think this support at the end of the Switch's life has been better than some other Nintendo consoles at the end of their life.
I agree. I mean, Splatoon 3 is... Yeah, Splatoon 3 is getting another update, so they're obviously going to support that.
Not till next year, though.
Which is a good sign. The fact that it comes next year and they're going to support it. Yeah. So, I mean, they've got a lot of stuff that's still going to get a lot of support, and the fact that they have new titles And like J2 was bringing up Princess Peach. I mean, that is a new game. We have literally never seen it before. They were showing it off.
Game. It seems like a roguelike. I don't know about that, but it's got different play styles. I don't know about rogue. Did they say that? Oh, you mean the? I think J2. Sorry, I think J Alpha means the Splatoon thing, not the Splatoon. Sorry, I thought you meant picture.
Yeah,
Princess Peach for a sec. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Splatoon. But I was saying that Princess Peach is a completely new. They told us about it, but they didn't actually tell us about it, and we got to see it for the first time. So you got to see a brand new game that with new gameplay. So it's like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, they had something for everyone. You've got a point and click person. Like, it had RPGs. It had platform. Like, it was.
It had Amiibo. The main attraction. Oh my god! I can't believe they did it. They did it and made a solid Amiibo. I'm so happy. Anyway, I don't even like Kingdom Hearts. Just wanted that goddamn Amiibo. So no, everyone's happy. We got Amiibo, and then there you go. This is a really good remix, by the way. This remix of Shin Megami Tensei Final, the map, the remix. That was really good. Sorry, Mousy. Is Mousy gone?
No, I'm still here. I'm about to leave, but I was gonna say it was just a really solid direct. I don't understand the complaints at all. I really don't. I mean, they even had a Vanillaware game in there. I mean, they had a great selection.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, they had something for everyone. I mean, it's like unlike last year, which was farming sim after farming, which I like. I'm just saying there were like 6 farming sims.
Wow.
You can't say that about this one. Like, they literally had something for everyone.
Yeah, there was some good stuff there. There's some stuff that I liked, mainly the Amiibo, but side order, I'm looking forward to that. And the Vanillaware game, I think looks very good. The games always have a gorgeous art style, so I'm looking forward to that one. It looks like a tactical type game, not really sure. I think I'll get around to playing the Princess Peach game and the 1000-Year Door at some point. Not sure when though, but at some point. Oh yeah, Mario versus Donkey Kong, because I'm a big fan of the Mario on the game. What was it called again? It was just the Donkey Kong game. Mario Donkey Kong. I think it was 92 or 96, whenever that game came out. So I had that game when I was a kid, and the Mario versus Donkey Kong games were kind of like piggybacked off that game. But I haven't played them all, right? So I haven't played this Game Boy Advance one. So it's a remake of a Game Boy Advance game, Mario vs Donkey Kong. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I wish they would make Donkey Kong 92. Is it 92 or 96? Okay, I think it's 92. Donkey Kong 92. I wish they would remake that one. I wish they remade that one actually. But anyway, the Mario vs Donkey Kong from the Game Boy Advance is what they have remade. So I think Mousy's had to step out. So let's play this trailer.
The toys.
I think this was a great direct to kind of end the Switch direct. I think I'm not expecting a direct next quarter. Nintendo typically does about 4 directs, and I put that in quotations, a year. They usually have their kick off to 2024
No,
New Year.
they do 3. They normally do 3, not 4.
No, they have 4. They have one between. Well, they have one between January and March. They have another around E3. They have another one in September, and then they have a partner direct, usually in the winter time. So that's why I put in quotations. They have.
They don't always have a partner direct.
I'm sorry?
They don't always have a partner direct. I mean, the times they have had them, it replaced like the regular directs. They would have them in place of it, not in addition. They normally have 3, yeah. In the spring, in the E3, what would have been E3 time, and in September. The partner directs that we've had basically replaced when there have not been regular directs. They don't normally have those in addition.
But they usually have an indie direct in the wintertime, so they typically
I'm not including the indie directs, because if you include the indie directs, then they've got like 6 directs a year, So no, I just mean like the regular direct slot.
Okay, so then they typically have 3. If you want to count that, they typically have 3 a year. So I'm not expecting a direct in the first half of 2024. So this was a good way to sort
The
of
first
close that
half?
out. I'm sorry?
You think they're going to get all the way to June with nothing? With no direct?
I think that there is going to be, if there is going to be a direct, it's going to be merged with their new Nintendo platform. So it may be a
that's what I
90-minute
mean.
presentation where they have about maybe 20 minutes of, kind of reminding you what Switch is, and then the other, 70 minutes are going to be geared towards the new platform. So if there is a direct, that's going to happen within the first 6 months, but you're not going to have 3. So I'll be very, very, very surprised if they have a winter direct, and then they have their spring direct, and then they have an E3 direct,
No,
and
that's
then
not
they
gonna-
have their. They're not going to have that many directs in 6 months. They're not going to do that.
There'll be a presentation sometime next year.
Yeah, so they'll have one direct that will be a little bit longer. That would also include any upcoming Switch games, but that's my expectation. So I don't expect one in March unless there's a new Switch platform they are going to include with it.
It'll be like when we had directs, if you remember the directs in 2017, 2018, I think even going into 2019 a bit, they still had 3DS games. There was a 3DS section, and I remember at the time people would get annoyed that they were showing 3DS games still, but it's not like they were just going to completely drop that. I mean, the Wii U, they dropped that. The Wii U got dropped like a hot potato. There was nothing more for the Wii U after the Breath of the Wild, which is the last game. But the 3DS continued to get games after the Switch came out. So there was often a 3DS section, and people started getting. I remember people, oh no, not the 3DS games, and they got annoyed. And then, to be fair, there were some releases that released on 3DS that were like, why is this just on 3DS? There was a few that were on both.
If we're expecting the Switch platform to be backwards compatible, I'm not expecting those complaints to happen, because you can still play those games on your new hardware, or you just play them on your existing Switch hardware.
I think with the 3DS there were games that were both on Switch and 3DS, like Sushi Striker and like Fire Emblem Warriors, Captain Toad, those sort of games. But then there were games that were just only released on 3DS and then just never came to Switch, like Samus Returns, and trying to think. The remakes, the remake of A Bowser's Inside Story. They was only on 3D. I think they never came over. Never ported that. We never got to. The one that's baffling that they haven't done a new one of, and they haven't ported the one from the 3DS, and they haven't done a new one. I think they will do a new one. The one that's a little bit baffling is Tomodachi Life, because that game sold like 12 million on. It's something like 10 or 12 million on the 3DS. So you would think that there'd be a new Tomodachi Life, and I thought maybe there was going to be one in like the direct we just had, but I think that probably be one announced next year, because like that game was like really popular and sold a lot. So it's surprising that there's a few like odd. That one's odd because there's other franchises where people are bring back F-Zero, bring back Far. Those games never sold a lot, right? Tomodachi Life actually sold a lot. So if they made a new one, it's that's gonna sell like 20 million on the Switch. So I don't know why they haven't made another one yet. So pretty much gone. Am I here? Am I lonesome? Well, there's other people here, but there's some comments. To Indie World Indies. Oh, it's 94. Thank you, Donkey Kong 94. That game is that game is so good. That game is so. Do you know how many times I played that game over and over and over again when I was a kid? J2 said. J2 says I love those because I got a Switch way later. Oh really? That's why J Alpha said that. J2 says, they have a game all the way up to summer. They could theoretically hold out until March or June, depending on when it launches. Probably not. Probably not. They wouldn't if it was launching in. If we were assuming at the end of 2024, you wouldn't be able to wait until March to like reveal it and all that. Oh, for a direct. Okay, for a direct. I don't know. I don't know about all that, J2.
I agree with you, J2. I don't think they really need to have one if they're going to have a Switch 2, and we already know that Paper Mario is in summer, so that's April, May, June time. So
they never said Paper Mario was summer. They never said summer. It just said 2024 on the trailer.
So the last dated game that we have is Princess Peach, and that's March 17th. So after March 17th, we don't know what they have afterwards except Paper Mario and Luigi's Mansion. I think maybe they said Luigi's Mansion was summer.
Luigi's Mansion
so they do have so they do have a couple of games that they can talk about in the second quarter of 2024, which also aligns up perfectly with when we are expecting them to release their new device presentation. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not expecting a new February Direct. So that's one of the reasons why, because really those two games are no launch dates either. And then we got, again, Princess Peach in March, we got Mario and Donkey Kong in February, and then we have another co-op in January. So those are your three Nintendo first-party games the first 3 months of the year.
Whoa, shut up, nigga.
No, but Jacob, you can't come in here I'm live on YouTube. Please, you need to turn that thing off. I can't have that going out on YouTube. Where did that go? Jago, not on YouTube, please. I'm live on YouTube. Turn that off.
What do you mean turn it off? It's already gone.
Well, can you not do that again, please? If I'm live. But welcome. Otherwise, other than that, we're just going over the direct announcements at the moment. I'm looking at a few of these comments. Mouse says I'm expecting BC backward compatible games only. Dank Ring Center X, bring Metroid Prime 2 and 3 to barely 7 million. I mean, yeah, they're not going to sell a huge amount. Red Hood says, my thoughts on the Direct was pretty much exactly I guess I mean imagine it to be. Same with the next topic. Okay, we'll get onto that one as well, don't worry. So what I'm got on screen here is, oh no, that's the drizzle. So where's the other thing gone? Oh, no one playing this. Okay, this is this is an old announcement. Where's the thing that? Well, it's gone into a new video. I wasn't playing that. Anyway, I was looking at this. I guess that trailer was really short for the Splatoon 3 DLC, which is actually a pretty big deal because Splatoon is actually huge, especially in Japan, where it's sold like an inordinate amount of copies. Like most of the copies have been sold in Japan, so it's huge. The DLC they tie into the lore and stuff like that, so people love that stuff. What else did we have? I think there's Donkey Kong. Okay, there was this F-Zero 99, which I don't care about. But so who cares about F-Zero? Because I don't really have much to say. But it looks cool. I'm probably not going to play it.
It's fun. It's a nice time waster. You need something.
Whoa.
What's up?
Who's saying we don't care about F?
That's your host is saying she doesn't care about
I
it.
said I don't care about it. I said I don't. I don't really care. But I mean, I'm asking. Does anyone else play this game? Interested in this game? I mean, it looks cool. I might play it, but probably
yeah. So I
not.
played it. It's fun. It's a nice time waster. It's fun. It's a great way to gauge if there's F-Zero interest. So
that's probably Finimac. That's a very good point. That's actually a very good point. That is probably the main reason why they made this because you think this type of game, a twist on the original game, not the very first F-Zero game. It was the one that was on the SNES, right? Not the very first one.
Isn't that the first F-Zero?
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was. I'm not sure if there was one before. But anyway, it's one of the very first ones, right? This is a franchise that's been gone for like 20 years.
Yes.
This franchise has been gone for like 20 years. The very last one that was released, I don't think released outside of Japan. Wasn't it like Game Boy only or something? Or not Game... was it a Game Boy Advance only or something like that? The last F-Zero that ever released? Wasn't it a Game Boy Advance? So this franchise has been dead as a doornail for the longest time. Apart from, the DLC in like Mario Kart Deluxe and a few things like that, as references in Smash. I think this, you got Captain Falcon and Smash and stuff like that. But apart from that, this there's not been like any new entries in this franchise for a long time. So I think you have a very good point, Vinnie Mac, that this probably was to gauge interest in the franchise as a whole, because it probably didn't cost them a lot to make this. It's pretty well done. It's in the same vein as, like, they had Tetris 99, or there's that Mario 30. Don't get me started on that Mario 35. They took. I didn't like that game, by the way, but they took it offline, which was dumb, but whatever. And then there was Pac-Man 99, which apparently they're shutting down. I think nobody plays that one, Pac-Man 99. But this one's a bit different from those games because it's based on just racing. So I do think they're going to be looking at how many people are playing this. They might, obviously, Nintendo can see the player count on this. So and because it's tied to NSO, it's no additional. You can just jump into this at no additional cost if you're already an NSO subscriber. And they have, I don't know how many, several millions of NSO subscribers. I think you don't even need the expansion pack. I think it's just you on basic NSO, the $20 US one. Right, so I think that's probably what this is, to gauge interest.
So for F-Zero, in my opinion, for F-Zero to really make a comeback, you got to completely redo it. The best game I can think of, and I don't know if anybody else on the panel has played it, would be more like Jack X. So you kind of need a nice maybe 3 to 5 hour story to kind of flesh that out, and then you can have like your online component. But you need to take it up. I don't think people are going to be willing to pay $60 for just a Grand Prix style quintessential arcade racer. I just don't see it. So I don't know if they have to create a story behind it. They have to create a little more battle mode mechanics, making more customization, more Mad Max, for lack of a better term. But they have to take it in a completely different direction. This works for what it needs to do.
Yeah, I think you're right, because, as you say, it's kind of difficult to just have like a straight, like how they used to do it back in the day, just a completely straight racing game. Like, to expand on it and like go into the lore, the characters, there's a lot of different characters and stuff in F-Zero, but you never see. I mean, I know they have other things surrounding it, but in the actual games they didn't really do anything, right? There wasn't like they didn't like sort of expand on the story too much in the games.
Well, the GameCube did have a little bit of a story mode.
Oh, okay.
Like, there was like 40 minutes of cutscenes and all that, but it was really basic. So you need to go beyond that. So if you can give me a nice 3 to 5 hour single player campaign, I'm on board. $70, I'm on board. I'll support it.
$70.
If you just want to give me Grand Prix and versus and online, no, that's not going to hang.
I don't know about those $70, Vinnie Mac, but
But I'll be more interested in supporting it if you give me a nice, meaty. Again, Jack X, that doesn't have a long single-player campaign, but it gives you a single-player campaign that you can sort of sink your teeth into. So I'm on board. If that's what Nintendo wants to take F-Zero in the next generation, Mad Max, weapons, a nice little goofy story, I'm on board with that. But if you're just going to say, here's next generation F-Zero with just a Grand Prix, a versus mode, and online mode, no, I'm not on board with that. So I know a lot of people are talking about that's really what they want. Just give us GX, just online.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't going to buy that, where you can just play those types of games in your arcade. So those games don't sell. So this wouldn't sell either, just based on the F-Zero name alone, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they need to like offer some of the things you're saying, Vinnie Mac, and make it expand on it a bit more. And that's probably one of the reasons why they haven't brought it back, because I don't know, those type of like games, they're not really huge, really crazy huge sellers. And I think F-Zero kind of, it didn't, towards the end it just didn't sell well, right? So they've been a bit skittish on it, but to have the IP in a game, I mean, it's based on an older game, obviously, but it is a new game.
Well, Cruising USA came out, I think, last year, and that didn't blow anything up. So again, I think just we as gamers, we're kind of past those arcade racers. You know, we're kind of past that. You need to give us something more. And again, that's one of the reasons why I say you got to give us some type of like story for the single player to kind of sink your teeth into. But if a Cruising USA, and that's kind of like a laid back arcade racer. So if you're going to give us, you know, very, very hyper, very challenging, skill-based racers, you know, especially since Nintendo's not really known for graphics, so you really can't go the Forza route, where you're really talking about the realism of the cars, the realism of everything else. It's more fantasy-based, so you have to give us that, you know, fantasy feel to it.
Well, that's the thing
I don't know if Nintendo knows where to go with it.
The main reason for the lack of like simulation races on the Switch is not just even just the graphics power, it's the fact that there's no analog triggers, they're digital triggers. So I mean, it's fine for Mario Kart and whatever, but if you want like a simulation racer, you kind of need like analog triggers, right? So that's one of the things restricting it, but you could design F-Zero around that because it's not meant to be realistic. But then like just an arcadey game, just like people have definitely have different expectations of those, you know, kind of even like racing games and things than they used to back in the day. So I agree with you, Finny Mac. There's a few comments. I'm going to read some from the Discord chat, so I'm a bit behind. I will put... Yes, thank you. I will put this mix back on whilst we do that. Why is this not playing? Okay. Let's put it... Let me read the Discord comments. Okay. Dank Meme Center X said 15 minutes ago, I apologise, Dank. The Mii craze isn't the same for Tomodachi though. A March 2020 direct, so I'm not sure what the second part's referring to. But yeah, no, there's not the Mii craze as there was before. Like, you're right. But Nintendo did actually bring over, they haven't brought over many 3DS games, but they did bring over Miitopia, which I was surprised they brought Miitopia over and not Tomodachi Life, because Tomodachi Life sold way more than Miitopia. Miitopia came out more towards the end of the... I want to say that came out like 2018 or 2017?
Came out a year after the Switch.
Okay, so it was like 2018-ish. So, yeah, so I'm surprised they brought over Miitopia, which, yeah, they brought that one over. So I don't think the Miis are completely dead. And you have to remember that Tomodachi Life, it was especially popular in Japan as well. So, I just do feel like they would bring that back, because even if it came back and underperformed, it'd be underperforming on a game that sold like 10 to 12 million on the 3DS. So on the Switch with a much bigger install base, you know, it could easily perform even if it was just the same, it would kind of still be worth it for a new entry anyway. Well, Kike, was you here before? I don't even know. Kike, welcome if you wasn't here. I can't remember if he was or not. Welcome. Kike, what are your thoughts? So we've talked about so far just a little bit of the Direct, Paper Mario, and some other things. What are your thoughts?
Listen. We need to...
I'm listening.
We need to see that Nintendo is choosing to remake the right games. Like, they're remaking the GBA Mario vs. Donkey Kong. They're not remaking the mini games. They're remaking the one on Game Boy Advance, so you all better buy it, or else we're gonna get the minis back. And I do not want the minis back.
Yeah, not the minis.
I want the minis.
I wanted Donkey Kong 94, but you know, whatever. But that game's goated. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, like no, it was a good choice. I've never played that one, so it'll be a new game for me.
And they're remaking Thousand Year Door. They're not remaking. They're not putting the Wii U one.
No, nobody wants that one.
Yeah, they're doing Thousand Year Door.
Color
So
Splash.
everybody better buy it. or else we're going back to modern Miyamoto Paper Mario.
Exactly. They're bringing back that one back after saying all these things about Paper Mario has to be this way, and you know, with the one that had Origami King, people were like kind of from Underworld. It was divisive, that one. Like, it wasn't a bad game. It was well made and stuff, but people just don't like the one of the main reasons is the battle style. And the reason I always heard that Nintendo gave for the reason why the Paper Mario games moved away from like being an RPG, but like an actual RPG basically. It's like, oh well, the Mario and Luigi games, they're the RPG, but then they let Alpha Dream die. Alpha Dream's gone. Where's Mario and Luigi? I think we started on that. I don't know if they're ever gonna bring back Mario and Luigi, man. I don't know, because they've brought back Super Mario RPG, which was obviously the predecessor to the Mario and Luigi games. It's just a continued, you know, the Mario and Luigi games were kind of like a continuation of that. So yeah, maybe it means that we're gonna get more of. They're gonna make new Mario RPGs, new Paper Mario's, maybe in the older style. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, they want RPGs. It's just that they're in a situation where they're like, well, Mario and Luigi's gone, so we need something.
But you can always create that. So yes, you no longer have the Alpha Dream charm to it, but you can always turn either the Mario RPG series or the Paper Mario series. You can always merge that with, you know, Paper Mario and Luigi. You can just call it Paper Mario game.
Why does it need to be merged? No. Keep them separate. What they've shown us so far, the two new ones coming out, they're going to keep them separate.
Right, but my point is, you could have a Paper Mario game and have Luigi be a playable character in that Paper Mario game. You could do that. So there's nothing wrong with just saying that the next Paper Mario game is called Paper Mario and Luigi. We could have that. You know, so I'm kind of interested in seeing where these two RPGs are really going to fall. They both got to be supported. So if anybody wants these unique stories and all that, have at it. I know I'm getting both.
Finny Mac's like, buy the games, buy the games.
Yeah, buy the games the first month if you want to sort of, you know, prove to Nintendo that you want these types of games. If you like your Mario dress up, I know that's what a lot of people don't like. They miss the Toads with the hairdos and the high heels. But if people want those types of games again, we have to come back and support it. I think it was Super Paper Mario that kind of did it. That game had a fantastic story, overly deep for a Mario game, and kind of really didn't have really any Mario characters. But it was a fantastic game, and I think people said they didn't care too much about the story. So I think that's when you had Sticker Star that had no story.
No, what happened is Miyamoto came over and said we need more Toads. And that's what happened.
We need more Toads?
Miyamoto.
After Super Paper Mario, after that kind of went in a completely different direction. You had the Mario characters go in a different dimension.
Really?
Like,
Sir Go Getter, welcome. Sorry, I've only just seen your comment now. Super Paper Mario was awesome. So that was that was the first one, right?
Super? No, that's the Wii one.
Oh, the Wii one. Okay, the Wii one. Right, yeah. I mean, I've never played it. So, yeah.
What else? Listen, there's only two things about this Direct that I didn't like. One, where's Metroid Prime 4? I don't care that it's not gonna be...
It's vaporware.
It's not gonna be...
No, I'm not joking. I don't think it's vaporware. It's just gonna be a while.
Where's Metroid Prime 4? I'm gonna go crazy. I've been waiting.
Can I ask a question about that? And I'm being honest when I say this. If we're all underneath the impression that Metro Prime 4 is going to be a first-person shooter, first-person shooter, adventure, whatever, what are we really looking for? We know how first-person goes. We know how Metro Prime goes. What are we excited about seeing? Are we excited about seeing a game or excited about seeing a release date? Well, what are we more?
People want to see the game because it's never been seen. Even the one that was revealed how it was revealed originally, they never actually showed anything. So no one's ever seen it.
But walk with me down this exercise here. So if there's a trailer that looks like Metroid Prime 1, forget the game. It has a trailer, leaves, bugs, cannon shooting, turn into a ball, bombs, all that. And it has Metroid Prime 4. Is that an exciting trailer? Again, we know what Metroid Prime is. It's a first-person shooter. I seriously don't know what we are excited about seeing. Because you're looking through Samus's helmet. So when we see that game, what are we looking for? Is it going to be more of a graphic type thing? I don't know what we are excited about seeing if it's a first-person shooter. If it is a third-person game, then I can understand that. Fine, you got a whole world you can explore. There's a lot you can do with it.
Right,
but if we're looking at a trailer from a first-person perspective, I don't know what I'm excited to see.
Well, I maybe not the best person to answer since I never played Metroid Prime, any of them. But I think that even if it's in first person, there's still going to be a whole world to explore and stuff like that, and different gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. I think they are going to stick to the formula of it being mainly all in first person, apart from the the puzzle sections and when you go into the morph ball and stuff like that. They kind of go into a third person view at that point, but I think people are just excited for a new entry into that series that was dead for years, and then they announced it's coming back, and it was, they had to restart development. It was they seem to gave it to retro, which I don't know why I didn't give it to them in the first place. We don't know, but so. Yeah, I think fans are just excited for a new entry, to be honest with you, Finny Mac.
It's hard to say because we don't know what the game is.
Yeah, we don't know. It's really hard. It's a bit hard to comment. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm coming from a position. I'm sorry, KK, go ahead.
It's like saying, "Oh, why do we want a new 2D Metroid?" And then we see the 2D Metroid. It's like, "Oh, now I get it." It's the same with Metroid Prime. It's like we haven't seen a Metroid Prime since 2007. We need.
Here's the difference with that. We didn't know that a new 2D Metroid was coming, but again, we know what a 2D Metroid looks like. So when you see it, yes, you're more excited about seeing it, but you're really more excited about the release date. I don't know what I am expecting from a first-person trailer. Like again, if put Samus in a Doom environment, so it's a hectic, fast-paced. There's monsters everywhere. She's blasting through missiles, blasting through charge shots.
Metroid Prime isn't like that. It's not fast-paced like that.
Right. So I don't. Well, yes, it can be. It just depends on where you are. But I guess I'm more interested in what we're excited about seeing. I don't know. I guess because I'm not a first-person game doesn't excite me.
Well,
so I don't know what
okay. So maybe if you're not into I'm not particularly into first-person games either. But I think really you need to ask Metroid fans and see what they're excited for. I don't know if there's any really big Metroid fans among us right now. So, but yeah, I think in general people want to see a new entry, and plus the game has been MIA for so long now,
I feel sad that they're saying there's no Metroid Prime fans among us, and I've been screaming about where's Metroid Prime 4 because I want to play a new one since the last time the new one came out.
Yeah, like.
So PK, do you prefer the Prime series or the 2D series?
I've only played Prime. I bought Dread, but I haven't started Dread yet. I've only played Prime. Prime is mine.
So the Samus Returns, Super Metroid, the original one. You haven't played those?
No, I have not. Okay. I did play. What was the other one? Other M. I did play that one.
So if the Metroid Prime 4 was like the other M, gameplay-wise, forget the story, gameplay-wise, would that bother you as a Metroid Prime fan?
No, because the gameplay was not the thing that made people not like Other M.
Okay, I'm with you on that. All right.
So in
I
fact,
felt that game really could have been the future of 3D Metroid if they would have done the story better. And I think that story turned a lot of people off. But you try again. You just look at the story.
the action in that game was pretty fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. Otherwise, yeah. Yeah, that was the only thing. I'm like, where is it? Everything else, I wasn't bothered by it. The other thing about the direct is that people, I don't know what people's expectations are. Saying this was a mid showcase. If you want to see a real mid showcase, go see the state of play. That was
you jumping the gun. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting there. Let me catch up a few more because people have been typing all these comments in here and I'm not reading them. So I'm reading these on the Discord. Oh god, I'm really far behind. JR, for the reveal of the series was 11 months before release. For PS5 it was 5 months. Not sure what you're talking about. So reveal between spring and summer makes sense. I don't know what you're referring to. J2 Blue, let me know, JR. J2 Blue says basically March, console reveal, June, first direct for the new console. Could be, yeah. Vinnie Max says this guy knows what's up. Jago says it's me, I'm people. She said not we. What was that about, Jago? I don't know. Mousy, what game? Thank.
It was about Splatoon. It was about Splatoon.
About Splatoon?
Yeah.
What did I say about Splatoon?
You said people love the single player stuff because it taps into the lore and stuff. People love that.
Yeah. People. Well, I'm including myself in that as well when I say people. The Bouncy says that one I think is a very good choice. Like when he said, yeah. Jago says yes, it's the very first. Oh, it's from the SNES. Okay, the last one was on GBA. Okay, and that one never released in the West, right? Wasn't that a Japan only one? Red Hood says.
bring back the FC anime.
Yeah, maybe they need to release those ones. F0 says F099, while it will be a fun game to play until they shut down, like, yeah, that game wasn't Mario 99 though, it's called Mario 35, and it was 35 Marios, not 99, and their reasons for shutting that down was dumb. It was not because it didn't have enough players, it was because they had a time limit on it, because they wanted it for the 35th anniversary of Mario. That was their reason, not because there wasn't enough people. But I think they're shutting down Pac-Man 99 because not enough people are playing it. Or maybe it was a limited time license, or was that a licensed game? J2 Blue says, I'm not an F-Zero fan, but I find it pretty fun. People capping, calling it GOATY! What about J2? No, J2, don't, nobody said that. Nobody said it was a GOATY. Who said it was a GOATY? What? No, people didn't say that. Come on.
People are saying that on Twitter.
No!
But I think, yes.
Oh my god, people lost their minds.
But I think,
Hello?
I was saying, I don't think Nintendo published Pac-Man. I think that's Bandai. Yeah,
so maybe it was Bandai, and there was just a limit on how long they could have the game, because it was this online game, so maybe that's why, or maybe it's just wasn't. I think maybe just not enough people playing it. It wasn't popular enough. Jago says Blue Falcon was in Mario Kart Wii. Was a terrible kart, or was it? Dan Green Center. Port Town still sucks. What's Port Town?
Oh, it's an F-Zero track.
It's a what? F-Zero track. Okay. Redwood says I played Jack X Combat Racing. I loved that game. Heck, I even 100%ed the game. Yeah, that's the one that Vinnie Mac was talking about, right? I hadn't heard of that game actually, so it's new to me. Duncan says NSO base. Yes, it's on the base tier, so I don't know how many people in that subscription, but it's quite a lot. Okay, I thought okay, Tomodachi Lifestyle 6.2 million. I was thinking it was 12 million. Okay, so I was way off. Yeah, I was probably thinking of Animal Crossing was 13.4. Yeah, I think I was. So 6.72 is still like quite a lot. For considering what that game was, and probably it cost them peanuts to make it, you know. J2 says you're kidding me if you think that is if that is true. Oh, you're talking about the people say it's goatee. Oh yeah, there's the real goatee, Mario and Luigi Paper Jambos. Yeah. Nintendo need to make me a remaster of Mario and Luigi games. Give it to me, you cowards. I know. Tell me about it. Alpha Dream Death Note, Alpha Dream gone. Then we got a picture of Unicorn Overlord, which we'll quickly talk. That had the 5 hearts on it. We'll quickly talk about this. But let's just talk about that now. So, yes.
I need to go back to work. My last comment is, the last year of Switch is like insane, considering in terms of home consoles, the Wii had nothing. In fact, we had to beg for us to get Xenoblade Chronicles Last Story and what was the other one?
Well,
we had to fight for.
Well, you in the States, we had it. It was here. It was just the States that had that issue, not the rest of the world.
That's what he was saying.
Oh, okay. You're saying we? I thought you're like, oh, it's all of us. Okay, just the States.
Yeah. No, we had to beg for Xenoblade Chronicles to Reggie to bring it because we have nothing.
And even then, when they brought it over, Nintendo didn't publish it. It was someone else. They had someone else like, well, we're not publishing it.
Xenoblade, yes, it was Nintendo. It was Last Story and.
Oh, okay. It was just the other one.
That was Exceed, yeah.
No, that was Exceed.
But yeah, Project Rainfall. I remember. I was part of that. I had to beg because we were.
That's wild. There's so many games that wouldn't localize. Like now, we're lucky. Like most of them get localized. Don't get me started on Body Mission Bond. Where yes, they didn't localize that. But apart from this, only a couple. Like we didn't get Body Mission Bond. There's like that new one that Vinnie Mac keeps banging on about. I can't remember what it's called. And then there's.
I still think that game's going to get localized. I still believe that.
Yeah, maybe.
It's going to get localized.
And there's it's possible. And then they didn't localize. What's it called again? Advance Wars for Japan. Japan never received that game.
Yeah.
But apart from that, everything else has been worldwide.
Yeah, the Wii U last year, there was big gaps between releases. Like it was basically like Paper Mario, and then like 6 months, and then Breath of the Wild, and that was like.
Was it really like? Was it that bad? That's wild.
For the DS, I remember it was the last couple of years. It was carried hard by Pokemon and Kirby.
Yeah.
Like those were the two franchises that kept calling to the DS, even after
a way to go out.
Yeah.
And then with the 3DS, the 3DS was a little bit better. It was like right now, it was mostly remakes and ports.
Yeah, it did.
That's what we got. We got like the Yoshi Woolly World port. We got the Epic Yarn port. We got the Luigi's Mansion remake.
True.
So yeah, we got it better than
it was but there was at least there was some stuff, but yeah, it was the same sort of thing with a whole bunch of remakes and ports and games that were also that they made for Switch and decided, well, we need to release this also on 3DS. Like Captain Toad was on 3DS and Switch. Sushi Striker.
Yeah, so
Yoshi's really well.
Yeah.
I wish they brought that to Switch.
What, the Wii U one?
Yeah, that's like one of the. That's like.
They should do it, but I want but only if they bring the Poochie content. There's no point if they don't bring the Poochie content.
Yeah, that Endless Runner stuff was awesome. I loved it. I played it all on my 3DS. It was great.
Yeah. I had the Poochie amiibo. The NFC chip is in his butt. You have to tap his butt.
So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. I know the 3DS for the US, the last big game was Q2. Like that was literally the last game.
Right, yeah, don't get me started on that. Yes, that game released in like 2019, and nobody bloody bought it. Yeah.
Atlas knew. That's why they didn't dub it.
They didn't do it. They took it was like a year or nearly a year to release that one from Japan. From Japan.
So,
oh my god, there's tons of
I
comments
expect the same
here.
to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo has to beg Pokemon Company to not release the next generation on the Switch. Because they're stubborn like that. They're like, oh, we're going to make a new gen for the old system. And they're like, please, no,
I doubt it, because if we go by their schedule at the moment, the next one will be in 2026.
2025.
2025, yeah.
Well, okay, we're almost 2026 though, right?
And the new system is rumored for the end of 2024. They're gonna beg Game Freak.
I don't know. It's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, there'll still be the huge install base of the Switch, but that I'm not sure about that, just because it will be quite late at that point. But I know they have a history of doing that.
I'm gonna say, however, 2026 is Pokemon's 30th anniversary, so they shouldn't release a new generation in 2025.
Yeah.
Well, what they should do and what they will do are two different things, Toga. Unfortunately,
well,
that's how it goes with the Pokemon Company. We know that already.
10 years ago, they didn't release a game in 2015 because they wanted to put more time in. They wanted to put more time and resources into Pokemon Sun and Moon to get it out for 2016.
Okay, but that was in 20. That's when they were still doing 3DS games, standard definition game. Oh, it wasn't even standard definition. It was like 240p games, So I don't know if it's still gonna be. But
the issue isn't the resolution. The issue is getting the games to work.
Yes, and I still have not played. I didn't. I played. So look, say what you like about Sword and Shield. It did not have the issues with that the Scarlet and Violet has. But Scarlet and Violet is probably a better game, but
Sword and Shield's issues is that the routes are too.
They're linear. They're very yeah. They are very linear. I actually really enjoyed that game.
I did too.
I enjoyed it. I put a lot of time in it. I ran around in that wild area online, 15 frames a second. I did it, running around, doing the raids.
Don't go down to 15 FPS. Were you playing online? Maybe.
If you run around in the wild area connected online, then I'm exaggerating. It didn't drop to 15. Well, almost.
I mean, at that point, it would freeze at points, but.
It was really it was bad, but it wasn't. It was terrible, but it didn't stop me enjoying it. It didn't stop me enjoying the game. Whereas in Scarlet and Violet, it's like because it was just in the wild area in that one. And if you wasn't online, it wasn't like that. It's if you went online, it was really bad. But like with Scarlet and Violet, it's like almost everywhere. It's like that.
Almost no, everywhere.
And it's just like
you start the game, and the screen where Clavel is introducing you to the world of Pokemon is lagging.
Yeah, so there's that kind of.
Why is it lagging before you even get into the game world?
I know yeah.
It lags in character creation. Why?
Yeah, no, I was disappointed at that, and I was trying to play it. We were trying to play it together with my friend, and we were both having issues, and I didn't play more than like 5 hours of that game, like barely, not even 5 hours. I just never finished it. So, it was.
I went to bring that up before I leave. Well, I'll still listening, but I have to go back to work. But yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that we had it worse. Enjoy Nintendo actually supporting their systems, because I don't know if the next one doesn't do well, then they're not gonna do this again.
Yeah. But thank you very much for joining us today, Kika, taking some time out of your busy work day.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so let me people have typed a lot of comments in the Discord chat. So I'm going to talk about these. So yeah, we're gonna get back to Unicorn Overlord in a second. Mouse says I'm excited about another code. We're gonna talk about that because I didn't know that game existed before. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know. Metroid says Metroid Prime series has also always been an FPS, so it's inspection. Oh, you mean in Inception? You put inspection here. Since it's in Inception, so I definitely believe Metroid Prime 4 will be an FPS as well, like it or not. I agree. I think it will. I don't see why they would deviate from that. And maybe that was the issue with Metroid Prime 4 when it was allegedly Bandai that was developing it. Mousy says the direct wasn't mid, it was solid, in her opinion. JR thought, yeah, okay, I know they give they gave a heads up, yeah, but it's like, why were they shutting that game down? I mean, it was so dumb to have it on a limited time thing, like that, like, and I played, you know, I played it, I really didn't like it anyway. I actually, me personally, I did not like it. Jago says, why would they shut down F-Zero in 99 if it stays popular? Yeah, I mean, if it stayed popular. But I mean, it wouldn't stay indefinitely, but I mean for a while, quite a while. Pac-Man seems like a Namco decision. Oh, was it? Yeah, maybe it was Namco. Overlord on all platforms. No, J2, that's incorrect. It's not on all platforms. It's not releasing on PC. So that's not a W, it's an L, actually. So it's actually an L. Project Rainfall. Redwood's talking to Jago, so they haven't. Okay, I won't read that bit. No PC, baby steps. Exactly, no PC. This is no. Mousy says Reggie said no localization for US. UK said FU US. Here you go Europe. No. That's because it wasn't up to them with it released in the US. Obviously, that was up to NOA at the time, but I think NOA doesn't have that kind of autonomy anymore. I think it's not really like that as it was back at I don't think they make those decisions like that anymore. Project Rainfall was born. JF says we did not get a ton of DS games. J2 Blue says I'ma keep it real. Reggie was a chump in the Wii era. Really? I mean, people were not happy with the decisions they made to not localize certain games and stuff like that. But I think it's not like that. It's not like that anymore because basically Nintendo, Nintendo Company Limited. Some people say Nintendo of Japan, but that's not correct. It's literally just Nintendo. Everything else is a subsidiary of Nintendo. But anyway, you know what I mean. Japan, NCL. Japan makes the decisions pretty much now, apart from some certain things like I think each region would maybe make decisions about some small localization things and like cover art and stuff like that, but those decisions, I think they come from Japan now. And nowadays, I think that's what happened. J-Alpha said... Jago says, Reggie's biggest W was getting Wii Sports as a free game. Actually, it was a W, yes. I agree. It wasn't... in Japan, it wasn't a pack-in, but it was in the US. I don't know about... Was it a pack-in in Europe?
Yes.
Yeah, so... Yeah, just it wasn't in Japan. But I think that is what that's basically what kind of helped the Wii to sell a lot, was having that as a pack-in. So therefore we got peak SMT on 3DS in 2017, 2018 in the West. Which one was that came out 2017?
Strange Journey Redux.
Oh, okay, I played that one. I bought it. I did buy a digital copy, but I haven't played it yet. Yeah, that's when Atlas still gave a F about doing stuff for the anniversary of SMT. Now they don't care. They do not give. They don't care. Oh, it's 20. As Atlas had $50 3DS games. This is what I mean about Atlas. Yes, this is what I'm saying. Now, let's talk about Unicorn Overlord. Now, it is an L, and I'll explain why it's that. I'll explain it because there's no PC release. That's why it's an L, right? Atlas, they get so close. They get so close to just like a straight W, and then they just
Why is that an L?
There's no PC. There's no PC release. It's an L. How are we not releasing a game on PC?
Why?
What? What do you mean why?
It's on
every platform except for PC. Why is it not on PC? Explain to me why it's not. Explain to me why it's on Xbox and not PC.
Why not?
Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the reason. I'll tell you the reason because they probably only planned to put it on a PS4 and Switch in the third. That was probably what they planned, right? And then Microsoft came to Atlas with a bag like 2 years ago. Right now on. Your games are coming on Game Pass. I think Vanillaware has some autonomy where they don't want their games for whatever reason they don't want their games on PC. Now I've heard this is a rumor, and I don't think this is true, and it doesn't make any sense, right? Because there's things you can do. I heard that the rumored reason why Vanillaware does not want their games on PC because they want people finding out the quote unquote secret of how they do their 2D like artwork, which doesn't make any sense because people can. These old games, you can emulate them and do all this stuff.
People can do that on Vita. People can do that on
yeah,
Wii.
they've done that. They
do that on Switch.
Yeah, so their games there's ways they can do it, but I'm saying that's the rumoured reason. I don't know that that's actually true. Like, I doubt that that's true, Jago, but that's just a rumour that I've heard. That doesn't make any sense to me because
I'm not hearing a reason why this is an L.
I just told you there's no PC release. That makes it an L. You don't.
Right. Why does that equal L? So wait. So if
It's
it
an
was
L.
on Switch, PlayStation, and PC, would that be a W?
Yes.
So
I don't understand. It's not that hard to understand.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, it's an L. There's no. Give me one good reason. Give me one good reason. Why? Listen, they can put the game on Xbox. I'm not even saying they shouldn't put the game on Xbox, right? It's not just. Oh my god. Listen, they're putting the game on Xbox. They're not putting it in Game Pass. It's just on Xbox, which is just nobody's gonna buy that game on Xbox.
It's too powerful for PC.
But whatever. Give me one good reason why the game should not be on PC. Vinny Mac. Not you, Vinny Mac.
I'm fine with the developer or publisher saying we don't want our game on X platform. I'm fine with that. You are the one saying that it is an L because it's not on PC.
Yes.
So
I'm absolutely saying that. Yes.
If it was only on PC, that would be a W for you. It was only
Not
on
for
PC,
me. Not for
that
me
would be a W.
personally. Not for me personally, because I don't care. You're kind of mixing this up with like what platforms I actually care about. I couldn't give two stuffs. I don't play it on PC. I don't play on PC.
But you said it was an L.
Yes, it's an L. I don't play on PC, but it's an L for the game not to be on PC. Yes. It's not about what I personally. I think people will listen to me and they think about it, when I talk about this business stuff and all that. I'm talking about what I personally want to play on, what my preference. I'm talking about from a business perspective, from how you're running your company. It is an L in 2023, 2024 to not put your game on PC. Yes, it's an L. Same way how I said it's like an L for Square Enix to not put Final Fantasy 16 on PC day one. That's an L.
So if a game is only on PC and not on console,
that's not what I'm saying. There are games, of course, that only release on PC for whatever reason because there's a lot of smaller developers that do that, or they're a PC first developer and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they decided this game was going to be multi-platform, right? It's releasing on 3 platforms, day and date. Okay, they're already making it for x86 architecture already. right? It's not, once you've already done that, you already have all the groundwork for PC. Hell, they make the games on PCs, right? There's no reason for the games not to be on PC other than they've just consciously decided we do not want any of the games on PC, because as far as I know, have any Vanillaware games ever been like officially released on PC?
No Vanillaware.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's an L, and obviously they've got into something because Atlas publishers.
L is Vanillaware is still around and not when their games on PC.
Yes, it's an L in 2020. Good lord, it's not 2005. Okay, it's an L to not have the game on PC when you're releasing it multi-platform day one on every platform except for PC. That's an L.
And that's still alive.
Sorry.
Aegis Rim, Sentinel 13, Aegis Rim. That wasn't on PC, and that's not a lie.
Exactly, that's an L.
And that was also a Vanillaware game.
Yes,
so
it's an L. It's an L
too,
for that
right?
game to not be on PC. Yes, it's an L. I don't know. What are we doing there? I don't care. You know, it's not about me playing on PC. I do not play games. I'm not a PC gamer like that. I just know what I like. For the way Atlas is running the business, obviously, is Vanillaware do not want their game now, because when they did because 13 Sentinels is a good game to beat. Obviously, it was their last game, right? Initially on PS4, and then it was like 2 years later or something like that, they had a Switch version. Now, at the time they came out with that Switch version, it was very notable. Oh, they're not making a PC version. Now, at that time, I kind of defended Vanillaware a bit, right? I actually defended them. You could probably go and find my tweets. I said, do you know what? I think maybe there's small developer, okay, maybe they just don't have the money right now to put the game on both PC and Switch, and they're just putting it on the platform that would make the most sense for Japan, because there's so many Switches and they want it on Switch version. Maybe if it does well there, they will put the game on PC. That's what I said at that time. I thought that they would make, and that game must have come out a year ago. How long ago did that Switch version come out now?
April 2022.
Right, so over a year ago. Now, I thought that they would release the game on, actually, I genuinely thought they was going to release the game on PC, but it's been over a year. It's been like 18 months now, almost, and the game's still not on PC. And now with this announcement of this new game, a brand new game on Xbox as well, and they've never put any of their, I don't believe there's any Vanillaware games been on Xbox before. Obviously, this is a part of this Atlas deal that deal that Atlas Sega has made with Microsoft. For it, they must have. It must have been Vanillaware that they just don't want their games on PC. For I don't know why, right? So I think that they managed to convince them to get it on. You put on Xbox, but they didn't. It's just not the other ones where the other Atlas games that are also going to Windows store. So this is not on the Windows store, and is not on Steam or any other digital storefront on PC. So yeah, it's an L. I kind of defended Vanillaware back then, because I thought that they didn't have the money, and then they're blah blah blah. Obviously I was wrong. Okay, they just don't want to do it, and that's an L. When you're just making a thing where we just don't want to do that, there is no reason. It's an L. Yes, especially for the style of games that they make. That's what's the thing that's wild, is the style of games that they make. I think would actually, have fans on PC, because people like those sort of games on PC. Like there's, the RTS, the strategy type games, which they tend to make visual novels. Because they could, 13 Sentinels is kind of like a visual novel. So,
RTS stuff. That was just that was just 13 Sentinels and Grimoire.
Yeah, I know. Also, in that one they did not make a Steam release. Did that one didn't get a Steam release, did it?
No, it's
Grimoire. Right. So, and I know that was published by
America.
Nisa. It was Nisa. That wasn't Atlas. But again, So yeah, they've made two RTSs. This one that they're coming up with looks like a strategy game, tactical RPG type game. What I'm saying is that those genres are popular on PC. Is what I'm saying.
I would say they're 2D side-scroller action games. Odin Sphere, peak.
Yeah. So I do think it's an L. I'm not a PC gamer. Could not give two stuffs about PC gaming. I tried PC gaming, did not like it. Right, I actually gave it a good go. I used to play a lot of Final Fantasy 14, pretty much exclusively on my I played on PS5 maybe a couple of times, but it was mainly only on PC I played it. But that's different because of the style of that game. But I mean, just playing a regular game on. I know at that time the main reason for me doing that was because I could use Discord with my friends. But that's not because that's what I personally want, Vinnie Mac. That's what I would say. It's not about what I personally want. I'm saying I believe it's an L.
You were wearing that cape hard for PT gaming.
What? I can't stand PC gaming and all this talk. Jago comes out with this FPF and all this. I don't care.
There are a lot of quality PC RPGs stuck on PC that you have never ranted about how come they're not on.
There's a lot of what RPGs?
A great RPG stuck on PC.
No, I know there's stuff on PC.
Where's the rant on that?
I'll look into it.
Okay, you work out it. All right, got it. All right, I'm going back on mute.
You go on mute. Did I miss any more comments? What are all this PC? Look at all these things. I'm just laughing at the amount of the amount of reactions on that comment, that mousy. Unicorn Overlord is too powerful PC. PC can't often in the way games play. Yes. So the rumour is, like I said to Jacob, I don't think it's true. It doesn't make any sense because you can still ways you can get their games and stuff like that. The rumoured reason is that they don't want people like taking apart their games and seeing how it works. Like they don't want to pull the curtain back. Now there used to be like you used to look at some other games where they would give stupid reasons for not putting them on PC. Atlas used to do that. Look at the reason they gave for not putting Persona 5 on PC at the time. You go back and look what they said about why Persona 5 is not on PC, and people were emulating the PS3 version, and Atlas threw a fit over it. Go back and look at that and look at what they said. Oh, the best experience is on PlayStation 4 and you're ruining it. It's not. And it's nonsense. Go and look what they said. So there's no official ports of any Vanillaware game on what is this song from? This song's actually good. This is from Legend of Heroes, Ao no Kiseki. This one's good. Actually, do you know, is this one of the ones that I bought? I think I bought one. I bought one of these Legend of Heroes games.
Charles from Zero.
Oh, this one's Charles from Zero. Oh, I guess that's a localized now. This song's actually pretty good. I
think it's Zero. I think Zero has the green hair girl on the front. I haven't played them yet.
Jacob, you are missing out on great RPG goodness, and I know you love yourself some RPG and good stories.
Who?
The Legend of Heroes games are phenomenal.
Yes, that's one of those. That's one of those series that like.
Duology is really good. It's slow.
Yeah, you have to commit yourself to that series, right? Of games.
Well, those two games altogether about 80 hours in total, so you can go through each one in about 40 hours apiece.
And how many are there? Isn't there like 10 to 15 of them?
If you start from the Sky trilogy, then I guess there's about 9 to 11. That's in English.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the other thing, not having all of them localized and all this nonsense. But I like this track. Good choice.
All localized. They're localized.
They're just taking a long time because that's how NS America works. Slow.
No,
it's Falcom. I think the issue is actually.
Don't put that on NIS America.
Yeah, I think it's actually Falcom that's the issue, where they don't want to give their scripts over and this type of thing. Unicorn Over. Oh yes, so I've got a couple of things to say about Unicorn Over. The first one, yes, it's an L. Secondly, when we were watching that, I think we were sitting there and I said, this has got to be Vanillaware. I'm like, either this is Vanillaware or someone's made a very good imitation of it. I said it looked really good at the time. Which I'm looking at the wrong kind of thing. Which I stand by. I think it does look good. Where's the trailer? Is the trailer on there? Okay, here it is. Okay, let's pause this. Let's hear the music and have a look at this trailer. So yeah, this was very interesting because this was revealed in a Nintendo Direct, which is pretty far from the way Vanillaware has been for a lot of, past several years. Their games were only on PlayStation for quite a long time. I just look, why is this such low res? I'm sorry, I can't stream like on YouTube and on the thingy stream. Oh, I think it's. Hang on, let me turn off the this one. I'm gonna turn this one off. Let's see if I can get this. It's working. Oh my god, where did it go? Why did it just bounce off? What the hell? I can hear it, but I can't see it. Where is it? Do you know what I hate? That IGN puts it all in their own player, not just use the YouTube thing, because their player kind of sucks. It's not working right now. So let me. Sorry, it's not. It's their player sucks. Let me find a find it on YouTube. Unicorn Overlord. And that name is something else as well. That's the other thing. Is this? Oh, that one's in French, is it? Okay, so let's do this one. I think that one's in French. So here's the interesting thing about this. I'm going to turn that down because it's just. I think it's about a whole bunch of text on the screen. Oh no, there is someone talking. But anyway, so it opens up. You see this artwork, and like straight away, like it looks like Vanillaware. Their games always have this. They're very stylized. Have this 2D style to it. This one's interesting because it's like a tactical game, so it's a different. You know, they've messed around with a few different gameplay styles. Now, what was interesting is that this was revealed in a Nintendo Direct, which I said is a pretty far cry from their past several years, you know, of only releasing games on PlayStation, be that PS4 or they had games on Vita, right? Well, I think 13 Sentinels was meant to be on Vita, but well, you know, by the time they were going to release, their platform was dead, so they couldn't do it. So this is the trailer. So now, what the interesting thing is, that they're being revealed in the Nintendo Direct, and it is on as we said, Switch, PS4 or PS5, whichever one or both, I'm not sure, and Xbox, right? But no PC, which is an L. The interesting thing is now there's some sort of marketing deal, and I don't know if this has changed now, but at the time they announced it, they only tweeted out on the official Atlas West thing. It said wish list on Nintendo Switch. They didn't even mention any other platforms. And then when I looked at the website for it the other day, it just had this big thing, wish list on Nintendo Switch. It had all the platforms on there, but it was only talking about the thing. I don't know if that's changed, but yeah, which obviously wouldn't be like that unless there was some sort of marketing thing. Let's see if it's still like that. It was like that the other day when I looked at it. Or have they changed it? No, it's still like that. Look, if you look at the screen, for those watching, this is Atlas West. It goes to it defaults to this is the obviously the Atlas West site, but yeah, it's obviously, you know, it's nestled under Sega. But yeah, so here's the Atlas site. You scroll down, so you've got some screenshots of the game, screenshots here, as you can see, and then it says wish list, right? And it's just got a big picture of the Switch version. And then when you click this link goes to Nintendo.com. So this is Nintendo of America is where this goes. Click that, and you see that's where it goes. So it only goes there. Now they do have it stated that it's on all the platforms here. They have all the platforms at the bottom right here, right? But I mean, yeah, So that wouldn't be the case unless there's some sort of marketing deal or something. Which I thought was interesting. I never thought that Vanillaware would do that. Again, I still think not putting the game on PC is an L, but I think Vanillaware is like they care what's that. I think they actually do care about what's going on with the Japanese market, and they I honestly think that's the reason with what's going on. We don't know exactly how much 13 Sentinels sold on Switch, but considering it was a very late port, there was didn't it get updated that it sold 1 million recently? It got to 1 million, right? Am I even still live? Is anyone listening to me? I don't even know. Did the game?
Yeah, it did reach 1 million. Yes, it reached 1 million.
It reached 1 million. And what was the last update before that? Oh, did Jago have to leave? Okay, catch you later, Jago. See Jago.
Was 500,000. The last known was 500,000.
So, and when did they announce that 500,000? I love that you got it to the top of your head. Vinny Mac's got the knowledge. When did they announce the 500,000? Do you remember?
I don't remember that. That would have been last year. Probably that would have been before the Switch was released. The Switch version was released, I believe.
Okay, so before the Switch version was released, it was 500,000, and the game had been out for like a year at that point. So it sold 500k before the Switch version, released on Switch, and then it costed 1 million. Now, I'm not saying it sold 500,000 on Switch. Obviously, it didn't, but it sold a lot for a late port. I suspect that's what happened. That's why they're like, okay, but you see, if Vanillaware is like, so if Atlas is like semi-autonomous within Sega, which I think it is, I think, oh, you got the link, thank you. I think that, well, first of all, Vanillaware are not even part of Atlas. They're not part of Atlas, they're not owned by Sega. Atlas used to publish a lot of different games, and the only company's games they publish still is Vanillaware. So Vanillaware is not part of Sega. They're not part of Atlas. They just have their games published by Atlas. So this is whatever, I think this is decision, because not putting the games on PC is odd. I think anyone would agree it's odd when Atlas is now putting their games on PC, but Vanillaware it's just like, nah, we don't want them on PC. Okay, anyway, this is from 2021. So this is from November 2021. 13 Sentinels Aegis when coming to Switch on April 12th, 2022. Oh, yes, before it came out. Shipments and digital sales top 500,000. So they announced it in the same thing. Yeah, so at the time, oh my god, I actually defend PC. And I'm like, this is a small developer. They're not that. And Vanillaware actually have that excuse, right? Because they are a small developer. They are not owned by Sega. They're not part of Atlas, okay? They are not owned by them at all, right? So they actually have that excuse. And I said, the PC version will come later. They realise that this style of game would be good. It would do well on PC. And it's now over a year later. And there is still no PC version, so there obviously was never any PC version of this game in development. They're just not going to release it on PC, is what I think. So I think it's the case. So here's the trailers. It's 500,000, and then there was another announcement. Fairly recently. I can't remember when it was. It was fairly recently, wasn't it? It was fairly recently. But they announced they sold 1 million. Right?
I think it was second quarter. About that, I think it was in second quarter.
The second quarter of this year. What are you saying? Okay, so it's a few months ago, a couple of months ago, that they announced it was so they sold. Okay, then there was one about 800,000. Or something like that one. Go back to again. So then in November 22, a new set. Yeah, I remember this being announced, and when this was announced. No, I remember this. They had a stream. Yeah, that was it. They had a stream, and that's what. Yeah, they said that this stream was coming up for the the 3rd year anniversary of this game. By this time, the Switch version was already out, and so a load of people were saying, a lot of the David Class JRPGs of the world were saying, oh, they're going to announce the PC version, and it never came. It's like, well, and then it was at that point. It's like, well, if they're not going to announce a PC version at the anniversary event, which was like a year ago at this point, then there is no PC. So they never had the PC version of this game in development. Obviously. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now I'm not saying it would, light the world on fire on PC. At this point, it's an old game, but yeah, I think they should have done a PC version as well. They didn't. In November 22, then it got updated to 800,000, and then eventually went to 1 million. Now, I don't know how many of their games, did any of their games cost 1 million before this one? I actually don't know. Did any of them game cost 1 million before 13 Sentinels? By the way, you're talking about the Unicorn Overlords of Dark Flame. What is this name? 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. Like what? You know what I mean? It's like they're not. All their games have got weird names. I know this 13. Vinnie Mac. I know this. But what is this title? This title tells me nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like all of their games have weird names. All of their games have these weird names. It's what it is. Unicorn Overlord. Now, there could be a unicorn and there could be an overlord. Now, looking at the image, does not appear to be these horses. These are just regular horses. They do not have horns on their head. Where's the unicorn?
You do have a picture of an overlord inside the trailer.
You play an overlord in the trailer?
You do see an overlord in the trailer. Yes.
Where's the unicorns?
One of the two.
There's no unicorns in any of these pictures that I'm looking. These screenshots. Where? There's no.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that. But the unicorn.
Apart from this, apart from in the logo. Yeah, but it's in a fantasy setting. You'd think there would be unicorns in there with a name like there's a person here with a pair of wings on.
Maybe that's what the final boss rides on. I don't know.
So yeah, you'd think, is it someone who's an overlord over unicorns, or they have unicorns, but they have, even in this battle thing, some of them are riding on griffins, what it looks like in these little sprites. None of them are on unicorns. This is interesting. I actually didn't look at these screenshots until now, but now looking at them, I see that they are just regular horses and not unicorns. I just assumed there was unicorns in the game, but I don't know. Maybe there are, but in these screenshots there isn't. There's dragons and stuff, but no unicorns. So we'll wait and see. The game looks good, and they just have this beautiful art style in all of their games. So anyway, yeah. So that's the game itself is a W, but I'm saying again with anything Atlas at all, just anything that they touch, there's always an L attached to it. There's never like you never get like a straight. Here's a W, just straight W. W's across the board. There's always something. Every Atlas game, there's always something. And that's what it is with this. No peak. That's dumb. It's a dumb business decision. This game is not even released until 2024. 2024 to release a game in 2024 and not have a PC version when it's on every other platform. It's just Vanillaware do not want to put their games on PC. They have obviously made some sort of decision to not do it. The reason is because they do not want to. With all these things, they just don't want to. The ring is called a unicorn? Mouse is like, the ring is a unicorn! It's the ring! It's the unicorn ring! It's the ring! 20 times! Oh my god! Alright, calm down! The Dragon's Crown sold. I didn't realize Dragon's Crown sold 1 million. Dragon's Crown sold 1 million, and then yeah, here's the next one from Gematsu. When did this happen? 1 million. Oh, this was recent. It was like a month ago. Oh yeah, I forgot they come up with this artwork and everything. Again, their art styles is amazing. I don't know if it's the same artist. I don't think it's the same artist for every game, but some of it, they go the same artist. The artwork's beautiful. So yeah, so there was August 30th. So that was only a couple of weeks ago, really. So yeah, so it's 1 million without a PC release. So this is why I just think they're just never going to support PC. So now we've gone over most of these announcements. We just have put this music on. Actually, do you know what? I've had enough of this music. We've just had enough. Where's that? I've had enough. Can't take this mix anymore. It's too repetitive. Turn this off. Turn this off. And then, no, you stop that! Who's doing that? I'll find out who it is! Stop it! No, I've had enough. We have got... no. We're playing Final Fantasy 7 Lo-Fi. Alright? I don't care. I think you can play all the sad trombones you want. I do not care. Right. Now we've gone over most of the announcements of the what do we call it? Yeah, Trombone Champ coming to Switch. I've seen people, that game, it's a meme game. It really is a meme game. There's Mario Kart this is DLC, there's another code, and oh yeah, they announced a new Saga game. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, maybe the Saga games are good, but this art style is very lurid. It's a bit too lurid for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. The art style, I don't know how anyone else feels. Let me know how you feel about the art style of Saga Emerald Beyond, the new Saga game. It's, I don't know, it's a bit much for me. Yeah, it's lurid is how I would describe it. If you look here, we'll just have a look at it with the lo-fi. It's just so lurid. I don't know, man. It's too... I don't know. It's not like crazy bad or anything. It's just there's something with the colour palette is like... I don't know, man. I don't know what this is in 480p. The colour palette is like, oh god, this RGM player is so bad. This RGM player is terrible. But they insist on using this player for their goddamn website. Anyway, whatever. The stupid thing's not working. Oh yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2. Did they give a release date to that? What is it? It's Luigi's Mansion 2. What was the release date? Yeah, the Super Mario RPG trailer. Anyway, I want to get on to discuss, oh yeah, they had a trailer for Island Chronicle 100 Heroes. It looks really good. And yeah, new trailers for, there was a really odd, there was one last thing, an odd thing that was on there. Now this has been previously announced before, but I completely forgot about it. They're making this Nintendo museum in Japan. It's one of their old factories that they're converting into a Nintendo museum and gallery, and they put this in the Direct. Now, it's not completely unprecedented for them to put something that's not game related in a Direct. They've done it with the Mario movie, they did it with the theme parks, right? But it's like they didn't show anything more. All they showed us was they showed us the roof of it with a big question mark painted on it, and then they showed us the concept art again that we've already seen. They didn't show anything from inside. Whereas like with the other things, they showed a bit more, but this one they didn't show anything. It's just like, oh, it's an opening next year. Here's a big question mark on the roof. It's like, what? But at least it was really quick. It was like, you know, it was like 30 seconds a minute at most. Now we're gonna get on to everyone's favourite subject, the state of play. Who's left in the chat? I don't remember. Mousy. The ring is a unicorn! The unicorn's a ring! The ring! Mousy! First of all, Mousy, how do you even know that? Who told you that? It's a unicorn in the ring! Mousy! This is now I've seen the screen. I know it's you, Redwood. I can see you doing it. I can see the goddamn the screen. I know it's you. It's doing those sound effects. Atlas, my beloved. Listen. I need some gameplay. They showed gameplay. What do you mean? Why do you need to see more? If you're not convinced by what you saw, then it's probably not for you, Redwood. And the game's not gonna. They show more gameplay. It's not gonna look any different from what they showed. It's gonna be like little sprites. It's like literally little sprites that you move around in a strategy style game, and then when it goes into the actual battle, it will probably like, you know, when you're matched up, it zooms into that you know, when you can see the large artwork. Probably the stream. I stopped the stream. Who with the Snoop Dogg meme. Saga looks like mobile. Well, they probably did make. It probably did make it for mobile, but it was probably going to be on mobile. So Square pretty much an L by default. Yes. I don't need to be baited. Bold of you to assume it's baited. Bold of you to assume that I need baiting to say it's an L, because I do not. I'm not a fan of Saga's. Yeah, the art style is kind of lurid. I'm excited for the RGG Studios live stream since it starts tomorrow. What time is that on? I bet it's like probably morning for me. It's probably evening. I would imagine it's evening Japan. If it's like any earlier than that Japan time, then it's at night. They got rid of the state. They got rid of the state of play voice, and they put in an actual like employee. I don't know. I can't remember what they said her job title was, but she's never been in any live stream before. They never had someone. They had. I mean, they've had Jim Ryan and everything, but they never had someone like presenting it. It was normally a voice. But yeah, they actually put someone there. I mean, it didn't make it any better to have someone there, in my opinion. I mean, Nintendo Directs, they generally do have someone there. Most of the time. I mean, this is like a mini direct or something. Usually Shinya Takahashi or Koizumi. Not gonna lie, I thought they were gonna T-Switch 2 reveal that big question building. Well, J2, it's because you're not thinking straight. I did not think that. Mouse, I'm not doing anything. Listen, I know it's not you. I know it's Redhead. I need more gameplay of it, Jodie, so far, but it does look interesting. Okay, so when you find out that this game is going to be $70 full price, not on Game Pass, you're going to buy it, right? And if you like the gameplay, you're going to pay $70 for that game, because it will be $70. Yes, for that game, yes it will be. Yes it will be. Saga is on mobile too, so yeah. Third party relations. Okay, it was a third party relations manager or something, or I don't know, manager's the right word. Or just third party. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, you know what's so funny? Everything you calling their thing a direct now. RGGG Like a Dragon Direct is happening tomorrow. Tune in for the latest on Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Like a Dragon Gaiden. December 19th, 9. Oh, okay, well that doesn't help me. 9 PM PT. I don't live there, Redhead. But 9 PM PT is like the middle of the night. That's like a no time for me. Xbox needs someone there too. Most of the time, it's just Sony that does a voice. Xbox has someone there. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know what you meant. You mean the presentations? Yeah. No, I was just referring to. I was actually just the Xbox ones they do. I was actually just referring to the state of plays. The state of plays is normally just a voice until that one we just had. I think I don't remember, or maybe I'm wrong. I just don't remember them having anyone there. I mean, it didn't make it any better. In my opinion, it didn't improve the state of play. But I'm going to quickly grab a drink, and then we're going to stream for maybe 30 more minutes, because it's not like there's anybody here. I mean, there's a load of you here, but none of you talking. So, I'm just talking to myself, and...
You gotta do your Square Enix rant about Foam Stars.
Oh, God, yes. Well, we're going to talk about the state of play. Let me get a drink, because I'm really suffering. I've got this Sjogren syndrome, and my mouth is drier than the desert. So, give me... a minute, I will be back.
Okay, so while she's going ahead with her drink, I think the state of play wasn't nearly as bad as everybody wants to pretend to be. We had some decent announcements. We had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the star of the show, Spider-Man, that was a lot of fun to watch. I don't think it was nearly as bad as people want to say it was. But who's going to play Foam Stars with me on that beta? Kike, Mouse, Red? Anybody going to play Foam Stars with me?
I'll see you when it's in the graveyard. How about that?
So there's nothing about Foam Stars that attracts you to it.
No.
At all.
No. I had
you were still
years ago. Unless it's Fortnite, then maybe. But the only reason Fortnite keeps getting me is because of the insane characters they're bringing back. And supposedly there's rumors for real this time, probably not, that Joker for real this time will actually be coming.
in Fortnite.
Yes, supposedly, but I don't want to be 200% about it. So
Didn't they just do like a new season?
I'm back.
yeah,
Oh, there's people
Okay.
here now.
nice thing. So Joker is definitely maybe be coming. I mean, everyone's like, come on, the way they walk, that looks very similar to the marketing for P5. So
I guess I'm not too familiar with the Fortnite community, so I don't know how often they do updates on new characters and new everything else. Did they just roll out their new character seasons? I know they had a couple of YouTubers or content creators roll out. How often do they roll out new character updates?
What?
It looks like Red had to go. All right, Jody, you can go ahead and talk about the state of play. I understand that it wasn't nearly as bad as you're going to say it's going to be. We had some decent announcements. I was the one that said that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was there.
You must have had to. No one else could have possibly guessed that. Good God, Finny Max.
And that's exactly what happened.
Well, no one else saw that coming a mile off. Let's talk about state of play. So, state of play, we was expecting a state of play because of it being pre-Tokyo Game Show, and this happened last year as well. Basically, Tokyo Game Show, there's going to be a load of games there, a load of developers there, games on demo, games being revealed, live streams and all that good stuff. The stuff's going to be shown there regardless. So if they have to have these events before Tokyo Game Show because it's a hard deadline. So they need to do any reveals of new things. Now, before this, they announced the state of play. Happened to be the same day as a Nintendo Direct. This happened last year, so it'll be interesting to see if that happens next year as well. So we got it the same day, but they were, quite a number of hours apart. When this one was announced, Sony said that it was going to be focusing on upcoming indie and third-party games. They did show first-party games there, but it was like a trailer for Spider-Man. Obviously, that it's already it was a new trailer and it showed us some new stuff, but I mean, it wasn't it wasn't a new announcement. They were just saying don't expect brand new first-party announcements, basically. They didn't even announce that rumored Horizon Forbidden West for PC, which I thought could be a possibility, but it wasn't there. So that and also there was a couple of VR things there. So it opens with this Bennett Foddy game that's like a walking simulator. And, oh my God, why is this lo-fi stopped? No.
It's a streamer game, so it's a Twitch game. You play with your community.
Yeah, so it's like a Twitch game. It's a streamer game. It's like totally a streamer-based game. And I had seen gameplay of it before because it was revealed at the last PlayStation thing. So it's like you control each leg individually, and that's why the guy looks like he's walking weird and stuff like that. So yeah, for that, I mean, it's fair enough. The game looks. I'm looking at the wrong thing. The game looks like it could be fun. So there's. So we had the. Oh yeah. So we'll talk about this. Resident Evil 4 is getting a VR mode or VR version. I think it's like a mode. Or like you can play the game in VR on PSVR 2. Now that had already been announced, so it wasn't a new announcement. That part wasn't, but then they did announce the Separate Ways DLC, which tells, in this tweet I'm looking at IGN, tells the Ada Wong side of Resident Evil 4's story now, which is pretty much everyone thought this was going to come anyway, but it was a new announcement, and this was revealed with a new trailer at the State of Play.
Now, to be fair to the State of Play, they did already say we're going to talk about games that you already know about, so there should have been any reason to expect anything new.
I literally said
Except
that when I
pinballs.
started talking about this. Vinny Mac,
Well, I'm just saying, but
Oh, okay,
before
okay.
you close out every statement by saying, "Well, we already knew that, we already knew that, we already knew that." Well, that's what the state of play said. We're going
No,
to give
I
you stuff that you
know, I
already
know. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, no, I was just pointing out that this was a new announcement. This DLC, it hadn't been announced, or it was rumored or suspected to come, or assumed to be coming, but it hadn't actually been confirmed. But anyway, here it was confirmed. DLC, Separate Ways DLC for Resident Evil 4 remake. Yeah, I remember playing the trailer for that one. Then we had this game obviously was announced a while ago, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, but I don't think was gameplay shown before of this game, because I don't remember seeing like actual gameplay, like, or not an extended thing. So it was like a 2-minute thing. Now
It
I don't care
was on
about.
the Ubisoft E3.
They showed it at E3.
Yeah, Ubisoft. Well, fake E3, but yeah.
Okay, now I've never seen these Avatar movies, so I don't care about this. And the game's in first person, so I don't care. It looks like it could be cool, but yes, I don't know. It's in first person. What did you think about? Is that Red Hood talking? What did you think about Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora?
Well, I mean, the only time I watched the Avatar movies was the first one, but that was years ago. And, well, I won't deny it seems interesting, even if it's a bit similar to Far Cry. It's not something I really enjoy. The only way I could see people enjoying it is people who like Far Cry or people who love the Avatar movies, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that, cause they did come out with a new movie recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things. Even though the movie, the first one was like a blockbuster, did really well. The second one did well, I think, as well. It's I don't know.
Yes, it really
Yeah,
well.
So it's one of those things where, like, it did the world. It's like, I don't know if there was like tons of people clamoring for an Avatar game. It's kind of how I feel. So I mean, it's interesting that they went for the first person game, but then yeah, you said it gives it that Far Cry feel because of it being in first person. Sorry if you can hear like a motorbike or whatever. I don't know what dude. It's like it's 2010. Why is there a motorbike coming down a residential road? I don't know. But anyway, there's a motorbike. So so yeah. So there was a new story trailer showing how one of these blue people are they're brought up by soldiers or something. You know what? I don't care. Right. Oh yeah, they announced. Okay, so I thought they could announce the rumored quote unquote. I say quote unquote because it kind of leaks, but you know the quote unquote again quote unquote because it's not really that slim. The PS5 Slim, which isn't really that slimmer from the leaks. But that wasn't there. Now the reason why I thought it was going to be there was because Tom Henderson, who runs that Insider Gamer site, and he's been right on all the rest of this PlayStation hardware, said it is releasing this year. So if that is coming out this year, like for the holiday, basically, is what he said. It's mid-September. So when would this be, like, if you're going to get this out in, like, for November, wouldn't you have to announce it, like, now? So I don't know about that. Either that he's just wrong or it's not this year. I'm not sure.
I don't think you need a spectacle over this. I really don't. It's just a smaller, slimmer, whatever version of the PS5 that you already have now.
No,
So
I'm not making a spectacle of. I'm not making a spectacle of it. I'm just saying.
No. I'm not saying you, but I don't think the market requires you to make a spectacle out of it. That's something you can drop on Twitter or play on PlayStation blog. It's going to be released on November 6th, and there you go.
Well, I say that because they announced the PS Portal before it even had a name. They announced it was in the showcase or one of these things. They announced that. They announced the PS Portal. Yeah, it was in the showcase, wasn't it, earlier this year? Before, even they was calling it Project Q, didn't even say they didn't give a release date or a price. We do have the price now, but not, I think, not the release date yet. So it wouldn't have surprised me to see this hardware there if Tom Henderson was right and it was releasing for this holiday. It's like I said, it's mid-September. Then yes, it could be a Twitter drop, but I'm just saying, like, it. You know, they didn't announce it there. Instead, it's not like they announced nothing. They announced these new colors for the DualSense controllers and faceplates. So these are like there's a red one, a blue one, and a silver one. And they are. I know there was like maybe one that was a bit more pink, and one that was a bit more. What was the other colour? But anyway, these are new. They're not exactly the same shades they had before. They're new colours. So I don't know if they're going to be doing these in a bundle with if you just straight buy the the console. Can you get a bundle with those colours, or do you have to buy the console and then the thing completely separately? Like if you use a newcomer to PlayStation 5, would you have to buy these things? As in buy an extra controller and buy the faceplate? It'd be good if they had bundles, although they didn't announce bundles. I don't believe these on pre-order yet. But yeah, so I thought it would, be there, but it wasn't there. So yes, it could be a Twitter drop, but you normally get more of an audience if you do something like in a state of play. So they did announce those. And they're always, I should tell there's already the Spider-Man bundle coming out, so maybe that's why. So if you've got the Spider-Man bundle plus these colours, do you want I guess you don't want a new system at the same time. You want that Spider-Man. Wow, that Spider-Man bundle's coming out this month, isn't it? Or it's already out. It's coming out this month, isn't it?
It should be coming out towards the end of September, I believe.
Right. Okay. So soon, right? So like a week or two. So, yeah, maybe that's why, because you don't want a new console being announced when you're trying to sell what would be the older console, even though it's a bundle with a custom design and stuff like that. So perhaps that's the reason. So then there was a Ghostbusters VR game, PSVR 2. And then they spent quite a long time on Helldivers 2, which is this third-person shooter game that's Sony IP, although they're not developing it, it's a different external studio. And there was, I think the original game was maybe on the Vita or something, but nevertheless, they showed this for quite a while. And the thing and they always did this, and it's not just Sony, I've seen so many gaming companies where they do this weird thing where they have gamer chatter, they're supposed to be it's actors, but they're supposed to be gamers on comms, but they have them acting out this thing where in reality nobody plays a game like that, saying talking as if they're almost they're actually there on the ground fighting these monsters, or it doesn't make any sense that nobody talks like that. But that's how they chose to present the game. I don't know why.
I think it's to make it sound like trying to make the game be cooler, I guess, but all it does is just make it more cringy, like Anthem and The Division 1 and 2 did.
Yes, it's cringy. Yes, that's exactly the right word to use, Red Hood. It's cringy as hell. It's just so this weird fake gamer talk, and they're talking as if they're on the ground, on your left, let's take this big guy on, and oh no, I'm gonna thin out the crowd, and nobody talks like that. It's just that people they talk as if they're playing a game. They don't talk as if they're actually there, you know, like, and they're real soldiers going on this mission, and you know, it's just, I don't know, I just find it a bit weird. And yes, it's, you know, they had it for, you say, the Division and some other games, and it's cringy. It's every time a gaming company does this, it is cringy. Please stop making fake gamer talk. Please, you must be able to think of some other ways to present your game other than having fake gamer talk. You can show gameplay without the fake gamer talk. Sorry?
What is real gamer talk? So if you are going to do it, what is the best way to do that if you are going to implement that?
Just use, I mean, obviously you want to keep it without any expletives and stuff like that, but just keep it just how people really talk when they're playing the game. People don't talk, so the way they have the actors talk, right? They give them a script where they're playing as though they are almost like they're role playing. They're role playing the character, and they're acting out what the character would do in that situation. And nobody plays a game like that. Nobody plays a game as in role playing, and that's how they always do it. And I don't know why. It's every one of these gaming companies, they do it like that. They're like, oh yeah, on your 6, and then we go, to go into to flank over this, and like, nobody talks like that. They talk as they talk as if they are role playing, and it sounds weird.
I'm sure nobody wants to hear a commercial where you have a bunch of guys together talking about my wife is cheating on me. What should I do?
No, they can make it.
If you are going to have the type of gamer talk, I don't know how you implement it where the response is where that's cringy. Because, you know what, racial slurs and cuss words?
No. Yeah, I know. I'm saying not that stuff. Obviously, without racial slurs and cuss... You could find ways to do gamer talk without racial slurs and cuss talk. There's people...
I don't know. That's why people talk online.
I'm sure they can think of a way to do it without them actually role playing. If you look at the let's look. I'll put it on. I don't know if you remember this, Finny Mac, but I'll play it here. If this stupid IGN thing wants to play, are you 17 or older? Yes, I bloody am. Okay. So here's the IGN thing. Now I'll just forward it a bit. I don't know if it's louder. Oh god, look, it's doing it. Look at this.
I'm Johan Pilestad, CEO and
Okay, go
creative
past
director
this
at Arrow
bit.
Game Studio.
Man, this player's so
On an
bad.
important mission to eliminate.
Sorry, this IGN player is really bad. Right, listen to how they're talking.
Oh, there's loads of them. I'm switching to flamethrower. Oh god, no, it's the boss item! Oh, I died. Reinforcing. Oof, I have to run.
Nobody talks like that! They're role-playing!
Alright, I'm back. Can you guys take him out with the recoilless?
Yeah, I'll try to take him down from the side. Reload my recoilless.
On it. Oh, I got enemies on my back as well.
Dude, nobody talks like this.
I'm gonna take out the brute commander.
He's charging me.
See what they're saying?
Alright.
They're talking as if they're role-playing the soldiers. Rather than how somebody plays again. It's like they're role-playing. They're talking like how the soldiers would talk. Oh, I'm flanking them, I'm taking him out, going to this guy's chasing me, and like, dude, come on, nobody talks like that. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it's not like, every gaming company is guilty of that. I'm gonna get this slow fire back on. Okay. Are people still here? Or is my stream still going? I don't even bloody know. I said I was gonna finish soon, didn't I? What happened to that? Oh, sorry, this truck is such a banger. I don't even care. Oh, this one's good. Okay, so I didn't know it's Hell Divers. Is anyone here interested in Helm Divers? No finishing until you talk about phone stars. Give me a chance. Give me a chance.
5-hour discussion about how terrible Foam Stars is going to be.
Okay, so let's get on to Foam Stars, and then we'll finish with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Okay, I think those are the only other announcements, right? Or was there anything else in there? I can't even remember now. Hang on, let me just have a quick look. Oh, there was I missed Tales of Rise DLC, which was interesting because this game came out like 2 years ago. So it was, successful, probably the most successful. I think it was the most successful Tales game. So they announced DLC, which it's unusual for DLC to come that much later than the game. But anyway, so that was the other announcement. I think that's the only thing. Yeah, so let's talk about Foam Stars. Now, I will be honest here. When Foam Stars was announced, my reaction was very positive. I was very positive about Foam Stars. I said it looked interesting, and I said I'm so glad somebody has this. Like, it's been all these years, and there's been no game that has like tried to copy Splatoon directly and capitalize on it. So Splatoon is wildly successful. I was like, why has nobody copied it? Why has nobody tried to do something new or whatever? So when Foam Stars was revealed, I was positive on it for that reason. But then that's when the trailer was first revealed. But then when we got to the end of the trailer and it said like PS4, PS5 with no PC version, that's when the L's began. So the L's began at the end of the trailer when they first revealed this, okay? That was the first L. No PC version. It's going to be a live service game. Also, there's just an inherent L. There's just an inherent L of it being Square Enix making a live service game. It's just like a baked-in L, if you know what I mean. It's just already baked in because it's Square Enix making a live service game. So it's two L's. There's two L's, technically. Off the bat, it's two L's, right? They're making a live service game and they're not putting it on PC. Oh, again, I'm not a PC player. I do not play it on PC. I don't care about PC. That's not why I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it because it's 2023 and you're making a live service game. You've made some sort of, for whatever reason, you've made an exclusivity deal for a live service game. Right off the bat, that's dumb. But it's even dumber because they've decided not to put the game on PC. Right? It's a live service game. The other thing is, so I feel like there's some things where this game misses. It kind of misses the point of why Splatoon's popular, I think. Now, I should preface this by saying people have actually played this game and said the gameplay is very good. So there's been very positive feedback on the gameplay, right? Which, if you're copying Splatoon, your game should be good. If you're just literally copying Splatoon, the gameplay in Splatoon is good, right? So if they're just copying it, it should be good. Apparently it's good. That's great. The problem is that this is Square Enix making a live service game, okay? And they've no success with their live service games, and he's like, okay, well, how is this monetized? We had no idea how this was going to be monetized. We do have an idea now. Although we haven't got the details, we do have an idea now because with this trailer came the announcement that there's a beta, what do you call it? Like a test fire, right? Later this year. What did they say it was? They said it was the end of this month. I've forgotten now. Oh no, wait, actually, I think it says it on here. Oh yeah, so yeah. The beta available on PS. Are they only doing this? This is another thing. Are they only doing this beta on PS5? They're not doing it on PS4. That's another. If that's true, if this IGN thing's right and that's true, that's an L. Because they're putting the game on PS4 and they're not putting the beta on PS4. So that's an L. Now the reason why the L's are starting to pile up now, because at the end of this trailer, it said like something like PS Plus required, right? End of this trailer. Let's have a look. Oh my god, let's get this up. End of this trailer says something. I'm gonna turn this. We don't need the music. Okay, so here's the thing for the open. You can't even see this because of IGN's crappy player. Oh my god, it's terrible. This goes up to 4K. I'm not gonna put that on because it's gonna. It's already taking this long to load. It said somewhere in a small print like PS Plus required for full game or something like that, which means that this game is not a free-to-play game, which many people think it should be. It means it's going to be a full-price game because free-to-play games do not require PS Plus. Free-to-play games, multiplayer games, do not require PS Plus on PlayStation, right? Only premium games do, paid games. And I can't remember where it said it on here. I'm trying to look through this thing. I remember seeing a small print. Or the wait. Actually, I can't see it. I'm sure it said it here at some point on this thing. Let me look. Yeah, so which means they're going to make this a premium game. So it's going to be most likely a premium game with a bunch of microtransactions. Oh god, come on. Oh, god, I need to find this on YouTube. This player is terrible. Hang on, let me pause it. This player is absolutely terrible. I shouldn't have bothered with this. Hang on, I need to pause it first because it's gonna die. Okay. I'm gonna take out the lo-fi for a second. Oh, foam stars. Foam stars. State of play. Oh no. State of play. Okay, so here's the trailer. Oh, is this the right one? Yes. Okay, so I'll turn it down a bit. Okay, so let's see what it said. What did it say here? I'm sure it says something on the screen here. Well, it says it captures on PS5. Okay, so oh yeah, here we go. So this is what it says. Right, so here's the issue. This is how we know this is not a free-to-play game. It says online multiplayer requires internet connection and PlayStation Plus subscription. PS Plus fees occur until cancellation. Age restrictions apply. Full returns. Blah blah blah. So yes, if it requires PlayStation Plus subscription, it means it's not free to play. So it's a full price premium game. Or assuming it's going to be full. It's Square Enix. It's going to be full price. Let's face it. So here's the reason why I think I feel like this kind of misses the mark of why Splatoon is popular. So the first thing is that although I won't go into the game modes too much because they only gave brief details of them, but the thing is that this is a hero shooter where each character is a set character with a set weapon loadout. So it means you have to choose a character. And it just has that they have that set weapons. Now imagine with their outfits there's going to be a whole bunch of skins in the game where Square Enix they'll probably have a cash shop and they'll be charging for these skins. We play the gameplay here. I have to turn this down because it's in my ear holes. Yeah, so the problem here, oh God, it literally copies Splatoon, except for the game modes are different. So the thing that's interesting is they talk about the game modes, smash the star, and right, okay, so defeat the star player to win, right? Happy Bath survival. Right. Dominate the arena with teams of two with your other two team members on the outside. So the actual gameplay modes are very different from Splatoon. Now the thing that's very different is that although you're running around with foam and stuff like that, the kind of the similarities with Splatoon kind of end there, because with Splatoon's like objective based in that none of the objectives you have to, then it's not like kill orientated where you have to kill players or take players out to win. You can do that and it can aid you in the game, right? But you don't have to in any of the modes, like Turf War, which is the basic mode, where you're just inking as much as the ground to win, and then you've got the ranked modes, which is various objectives based modes, but none of them are like you need to take out these. Why are you doing crickets? You don't want to listen to this? Okay, you don't have to. So none of the modes involve you having to like, oh, you need to take out this whereas this one does. Right, so the first one you need to take out they smash the star. You need to take someone out, which is not defeat the star player. So someone's the star, I guess, and then you have to take them out. And then the other one is that you need to defeat the other players in the arena, which is not House Splatoon. That's the first thing where it misses the mark. So and then the one of the things that makes Splatoon so popular is that like your player character is basically just an avatar, where you can customize the character, and then the abilities are tied to the gear, and you can, you know, customize that in different ways. And you know, it's very much about the people are really into, like, trust me, they're really into the fashion and all the stuff surrounding it. That's a big part. That's a big part of it as well. And it's one of the things that I think it also made it so popular in Japan and stuff like that. So I think there's that, and I think you will be able to customize these characters that they have in here. But like I said, it's like a hero shooter. So it's a character with a set loadout, and when you go onto the or maybe they tell you here. I think that you go onto the website, they tell you about the loadout of the character. Now they tell you they show you the characters here, they introduce them, and yes, Square Enix, don't worry, they'll have plenty of skins for these characters, but they're set characters with names, right? The heroes. Now the issue, now you're doing the sound trombone. The issue with this is that so the hero shooters are kind of gone out of fashion like a while back. So there was a time when there was a whole bunch of them coming out because, you know, the success of Overwatch and stuff like that. But then there was like loads and loads, and I mean, you can go and look it up. There were tons of them that failed. There were tons of them that, for every Overwatch, you know, there was like, you know, dozens of other ones that just did not do well. So it's like going into like making like Splatoon into a hero shooter that's kill orientated is kind of a little bit odd. And then like this whole, okay, so there's that, and then there's like just this was the best designed character, I think. I think there's a big audience mismatch here with what they're doing here. So they've got this kind of like, it's like they don't know what they're going for. Like, you've got this kind of like colourful world and everything, but like, and I said this before, like I said, who's the audience for this game? Because like the whole thing's set in like a giant like casino. They're in a casino, or in like it's like Las Vegas or something, right? They're in a casino town, or just casino. It's just like they're in a huge casino, and they're firing out like champagne and everything, which is fine. But then with those kind of elements, I don't know, like Splatoon is like all ages, if you know what I mean. It's like, you'd think it's all little kids that play it. It's not all little kids. There's a lot of people in their 20s and older that play it. But the fact is that kids can play it. This, I don't know, with these elements. And then it's just the fact that the game's not on PC. So the gameplay itself might be good, but you've got some things around it. I mean, I'd like to know, like I said, we said before when Jago was here, like, people are really into the lore of Splatoon. I'd like to know what the lore is here. Why are they in a big casino shooting champagne? What's the reason for that? What is the lore there? You know, I'd like to see. I mean, maybe they do have some interest.
Square Enix gambling their earnings.
They are gambling because this game is going to be shut down within a year. Square Enix has not had any success with any of their live service games, unless you count Final Fantasy XIV, and I don't count that because that game predates the current live service model, because that's a subscription game. Nobody makes subscription games anymore. They don't, if a new MMO comes out, it's never subscription based anymore. Nobody does that anymore.
And even then it still failed technically when it came out.
That too, yes, you're right. That too. They had to do a lot of work to get it to where it is today, but it didn't start off like that. So that is kind of where I feel like it's like the gameplay, like I said, the gameplay apparently is very good. It's the stuff surrounding it, right? You can have really good gameplay, but it's Square Enix, and it's going to be a retail game. It's not free to play. It's going to have crazy, it's going to have crazy monetization. because it's Square Enix.
Battle Pass.
And then, yes, it's going to Battle Pass. And then, like I said, there's reasons why Splatoon, the gameplay is the foundation of Splatoon, right? When they designed that game, they started with the gameplay, and then everything else came after. If you go and look at the video or the presentations and everything they've done about the game, they made the gameplay, and then they didn't even, at first it wasn't even, like, it had nothing to do with squids or anything like that. It was blocks of tofu, then it was rabbits, and then it was like, oh, why are these rabbits swimming around in ink? And then they made it squid. Go and look at that. It was gameplay. They got the foundation of the gameplay, and then the other stuff came later, right? But
It was Mario at some point.
It was like Yoshi's at some point. Yeah. Then they're just like, no, we're just gonna make a whole new IP, right? So that's what they did. But people like the lore, but they have built this lore, and people are like, they're really into it. They're really into it because you, looking at the game, you wouldn't think that the lore's going that deep. But there's this whole thing that it's like it's a post-apocalyptic world. There's no humans, and like you can look it up. You can look it up and see all this lore about Splatoon. That's why people are so excited about this. What do we call it? The DLC, because it's it ties into all the other. You can look it up. It ties into like the other lore and stuff, the existing lore. So people are excited it because they like the characters. You just have like I said, you have a player character, but they have these idols and other characters in the game in the single player portion and stuff like that. That you know, where there's story that it's like a continuous story from the first game. This is what the producer said, that it's like time has passed in real time from the first Splatoon game till now. That's what they said. And I was like, wait, what? But yeah, apparently that is the case. That time has passed in real time. So yeah. So yeah, that's why there's L's upon L's. Now, does anyone else like to chime in about these L's? Curious. The dev team is Toy Logic. Toy Logic J Alpha is a dev team was behind. What did they make? They made one of these Dragon Quest spin-offs, I think, or something. I can't remember. But anyway,
They make Dragon Quest 3DS.
No.
Who made Dragon Quest?
Oh, this Toy Logic, the studio that's making Foam Stars, I think they was involved in a Dragon Quest spin-off, but I can't remember what it exactly was. But it's Toy Logic.
Toy Logic.
Yeah.
Let me do that. Games, let's see. They made. Oh god. So,
yes. Near Replicant. That's it. The Near Replicant team. There you go. Sorry, it's Near Replicant. They
also did. They did make the 3DS version of Dragon Quest 12.
Oh, they did 12. You mean 11?
No, 11. Why am I looking 12? Where's Dragon Quest 12?
That'll be interesting if that releases on the 3DS. Yes. Okay. So they did. Okay. So Kiko's right. They did make. Yeah. So they are. Yeah. So they're on. I'm more on the NX side, Square Enix. So. Yeah. Or they're not. Well, they're not part of Square Enix, but they're one of the studios that they've used. That NX uses. So, Kike. Or Kike? Or someone dropped out. Who dropped out just there? Red Hood.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about Foam Stars before we get on to Rebirth?
Well, I won't deny it looks beautiful, and I haven't played Splatoon, but you know, of course, the gameplay, even though it's a bit similar, is pretty good. Now, do I personally play it? No. I mean, even though I have a PS4, I won't deny it, but I'm just not really into live service games, or at least not anymore, and I don't know, drained out of it. And personally, with the other Square Enix live service games, you know, like Avengers or many others I completely forgot, I guarantee you it's going to be like somewhat popular, and then it's going to die and shut down and delisted and probably be forgotten until the next game they do.
Well, yeah, of course, but you know, I mean, this is the other thing. Like, according to, I don't know if this is true. If it says the beta is only on PS5, they're not even putting it on PS4. Let me see. Hang on, does it say that on here?
Well, I think they said both PS4 and 5.
Did
and
it?
People were kind of...
Oh, okay. Maybe IGN made a mistake then. They said that on here. You don't need the PS Plus for this beta, do you?
I think you do.
What? That's why I said it on the screen there? The hell? Why would you require PS Plus for a beta? Huh? Are you sure it's in it? Hang on, let me see. This thing says here. Is it on PS4 as well?
Yeah, I even looked it up on the internet. They confirmed it.
Oh, really? Well, on the okay, I guess because on the trailer it just says PS5, but okay, you're saying online it says on the trailer it only says PS5, but that's what I'm saying here. On the trailer, it says on the screen. It says PlayStation 5. It just says PlayStation 5, but I don't know. If it's not on PlayStation, if the beta's not on PlayStation 4, that's an L. Because I don't know why you wouldn't have. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense to me to not have the beta also on PlayStation 4, because you need to test it on. You need to stress test it also on PlayStation 4 as well, presumably. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, I will be seeing if I can play this beta. I have PS Plus because it auto renewed itself. I cancelled it now. I ain't renewing at that new price they got it at. I know. You know what the thing is, right? I never even play online games, so I will not be getting PS Plus to play one online game that no one's gonna. Let's face it, who's gonna play this with me? Nobody. Probably.
I can't find that, especially with the increased price. Good lord.
Yeah, it would be hard for me to justify, especially for one game, when there's other games that one can play, and also free-to-play games, you know, that don't require PS Plus. That's the other thing. Because there's a whole lot of games you could play free-to-play that don't require PS Plus. So I can still play online on PlayStation, just not a premium game. Now, let's go to the last announcement. And you know what? I'm not. You're not using your thing. I'm not using IGN. I'm not using IGN. FF7 trailer. The recent one. This one. Oh wait. Oh, this is it. Okay, so here's the new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'll just have it like in the background type thing. And it looks really good. Looks really good. So this came with a release date announcement, and pre-orders. I think they were already sort of open, but they hadn't. Yeah, no, sorry, they sorry, there was a oh God, why is this so thingy? Why is it already in 1080p? Okay, so yeah, and the oh my God, one of the most expensive collector's editions. It is like, and not only that. Oh my God, it's not from Square Enix. I swear to God, Square Enix. I'm going to go crazy. They made the collector's edition is like $350 US, right? But it is £350. A pound is worth a lot more than $1. So if you convert that back to dollars, US dollars, it is like over $400, right? Good. So Square Enix in Europe are ripping us off, and I am trying my best not to swear. I swear to God, I'm trying not to swear right now because they're ripping us off. I will not be paying your inflated prices, Square Enix. Get out of it. I don't. I need to rewind that bit. Look at this way. Look at this. This shot. Look. Wait, because Seth was a playable apparently. Look at this. Look at this bit when they do like a team attack. Look at this. Oh god! I'm watching the stream. You need to see this. I'm gonna do playback. I'm gonna slow it down. Look at this. Look at this, right? They do a team attack. It's like they team up or something. Sephiroth and Cloud. Look at this bit. Look at this. They're swaying. Sephiroth is smiling. Oh god, I'm dying. Square Enix knows what he wants! Shut the stuff off! I swear to God, he better be shirtless in this goddamn game! Actually, he probably won't be shirtless in this one because anyway, I don't want to go into spoilers. Yeah, so they go to the Golden Saucer and have a jolly old time. And there's the mini games that were in the original game are there. You get to play these mini games, and I'm still laughing at that thing. Oh, I didn't change this speed. Oh no! Oh god, that was so funny. I don't get myself laugh. Oh, let's put it back to normal speed now. Yeah. So the game looks really good, but there's L's because Square Enix are just ripping us off, obviously. Square Enix just release one goddamn game when they're not trying to rip us off? Please? Square Enix? One game? We're not trying to rip us off.
Games.
They were spending $1 million on games. Square Enix, please! Please, Square Enix! One game and you're not trying to rip us off. They rip us off. That's the first thing. This first of all, I'm not getting this Christmas edition of Square Enix, right? You can get the hell out of town. I ain't getting it, right? I fell for your Final Fantasy 16 shenanigans. I fell for your Octopath Traveler 2 shenanigans. I fell for your goddamn Pixel Remasters shenanigans. I'm not falling for it again, Square Enix. I'm not falling for it. I'm not getting this.
Collector's editions?
What?
You bought those editions, like the collector's editions for those games, like the Pixel Remaster and the others?
Yes.
Oh.
Redhood's like, oh, I'm so disappointed in you. Yes, I'm disappointed in me too, Redhood. Yes, I know. This is what I mean. Why am I giving Square Enix all this money? They're not having it anymore. I'm not getting this, right? I'm not getting this. They've got nowhere to put this statue. So that's the first thing right off the bat. But the main thing is that they're charging what I'm not paying. What they're charging for that in the UK is extortionate. I'm not buying it. So, and I haven't even played Remake yet. So there you go. So why am I going to do that? So, but it was a very good announcement. Although I do not feel like this saved the state of play. Now, I said, and I stand by this, I said before the state of play came out, I said that it would be an insta-L if Stella Cheeks was not in this state of play, right? Stella Cheeks, aka Stella Blade, was not there. Therefore, it's an insta-L, right? It's an insta-L. I do not care. This Rebirth trailer is not cancelling out. We already knew Rebirth was coming out. We've already seen the goddamn trailers for this before. Stellar Blade, they said that was coming out this year, right? We're still not it's mid-September, and there has not been an official delay for this game. If it was coming out this year, where on earth would it go? Because Spider-Man's coming out in a month, Where's it gonna fit? Where are the booty cheeks gonna fit? You tell me. There's no room for them. The booty cheeks are too big. Where's it gonna fit? There's no room in 2024 for the booty cheeks. Where's this game? So it's why it's an L. It's an insta L. There's no stellar cheeks.
1 year from now, that's probably most likely it.
1 year from now? That much of a delay? Part of me, oh my god, part of me wants 19 inches of Argus.
They haven't shown any advertisement or anything.
That Argus statue's not. Wasn't it Sony that said that about the Venom statue? That said 19 inches of Venom. Is that that's where it comes from, right? There's no way that Argus statue is 19 inches tall. There's absolutely no way that Atlas would be giving you 19 inches. I'll tell you that for nothing. I'll tell you that for goddamn nothing. And that Argus statue looks kind of cheap anyway. Oh my god, Atlas is the most fraudulent company on the face. This is the difference. People are like, which is worse, Square Enix and Atlas? Atlas is worse, right? Because Square Enix is just grossly incompetent. They're just incompetent, right? They're just like straight up dumb. They have some of the biggest IP and they still F it up. Okay, right? Square Enix are just straight incompetent. Atlas is just a whole no. Atlas actually are fraudulent, and they actually do like straight fraudulent stuff. Got further delayed to polish the cheeks, but okay, it might have been delayed, J2, which is fine, but they haven't announced that. There's no official announcement. They just said it was coming out in 2023. It is now 2020. It's now mid-September. We just had the last PlayStation event of the. I mean, there's not going to be another State of Play this year, right? So yes, okay. Well, if it's not, that's fine, J2. It might not be happening. It might be polishing it or whatever. I'm not saying they need to rush the game or anything. I'm just saying, why is there no official delay? It wasn't in there. Like I said, it was. I said it was going to be an Insta L. It wasn't Insta L, because there was no Stellar Cheeks. Where was the game? It wasn't there. So yeah, that's an Insta L. Okay, so to finish up here, Red Hood, let's get your final thoughts, and anyone else in the chat. Final thoughts, please, before we end.
Final Fantasy VII Revert will save Square Enix and PlayStation in Japan.
Right. Why did you... See, this is the thing with Kike. He says that and then he drops the mic. He says something like that and he drops the mic because he knows I'm going to kick off. He knows I'm going to kick off and the show's going to be extended by another hour by saying something like that and just dropping the mic and saying that and going and leaving because he knows he's going to extend it for another hour.
Base, man, very big.
I'm not falling for it to Kike. I'm not, but that's not true. That's not. No, it's not. It's not so Square. And it's not selling Sony in Japan. I'm goddamn sure. Exactly, they're doing it on purpose, Vinny Mac. This Kike did it on purpose. He knows. He gives me that. I'm gonna get worked up. That's what he did.
On a serious note, the exclusivity is for 3 months this time instead of 6. So something happened.
Right, but here's the thing. Now I'm gonna get serious, and I'm going to be serious. Right? Nothing happened. Because nothing. It changes nothing, Kike, and I'll tell you why. Right? Because there's still no PC version at launch. They are launching a goddamn AAA game with no PC version at launch, right? So there's no PC version at launch. They're saying this sort of 3 months to other platforms means nothing because there's not going to be an Xbox or PC version of this game 3 months after it comes out because the first remake is still not on Xbox. They put it on PC, and what do? They put it on the goddamn Epic Store, Epic exclusivity stupidness. What company put the AAA game as exclusive 2020, whenever that 2021, I don't remember when it came out, in the 21st century, as Epic Game is Epic Store exclusive? What the hell stupidness? That's what I mean about Square Enix, man. What sane company does that? And to this day, those goddamn Kingdom Hearts games are still exclusive to the Epic Games. They are not on Steam. What the hell type of L company keeps the games exclusive on Epic Store indefinitely? A mismanaged one like Square Enix. That's who. That's who. I fall for it. Yeah, you know what? Kike did it again. He did it again. I fell for it. I fell for it. Yes. But I had to say. I don't think you'd think like 3 months is not gonna make any difference because they didn't have. There was no other. I don't even think the PC version of Final Fantasy remake came out within 6 months of. It didn't come out within 6 months of. Or within a year. Oh no. No. The first one was a year, not 6 months. I think it said a year on the thing. It said didn't it? It said no, not on other platforms until 2021 or whatever it was. It said there was still nothing out within. I can't remember how long. Does anyone know how long between the PS4 version and the PC version for Final Fantasy VII Remake? But yeah, I don't know what happened at the time. It says in the fine print of remake. It was the same thing. It was like in the trailer, and it said not on other platforms until it came to Epic in December 21. So well over a year, because it was April 2020. Good Lord, Square Enix? What the hell, man? They wait till over a year after the game's out to put it on PC. And when you put it on PC, you put it on the Epic Store, man. Like. Dude, what do I need to say any more about this company? What other company do you see putting AAA games as exclusives, as timed exclusives on Steam? No other company does it, man. I don't mean like little indies, man. I'm talking about like AAA games as Epic Store exclusives. I think Square Enix is the only one that does it. Steam was in June 22. So like 2 years. So that's 2 years then. So the Steam version was until 2 years after the first game, after the after the PS4 release, 2 years, and then the game is still not on Xbox. So for it to say, yes, it says not until on other platforms until 3 months, but I don't think that means yes, it's reduced or whatever. But that, I hope they get a PC version out faster. One, and I hope that it's not Epic's Store exclusive again, because that would be dumb. If Square Enix does that again, if they release another game and then it comes to PC as an Epic Store exclusive again, if they literally do that again, I think they're lost as a company. Honestly, if they do that again, I don't have any hope for them. I really don't. And if after these 2 Final Fantasy games we've got now, if the next Final Fantasy game is another PlayStation exclusive, dude, I don't even know, man. If they did that, then I don't even, like, it's dumb. It's dumb to be like restricting your IP like that. In that, I don't know. Again, what other company right now makes AAA exclusives? Not many. I mean, initially, you can say Monster Hunter Rise was for a while, but this is not. There isn't many that do that. So yeah. So FF Remake 3 is going to, oh my god, FF Remake Part 3 is going to be PS Portal exclusive. No, because the PS Portal is not a platform. It's not a platform. It can't have anything exclusive. It would be, if it could, that would be funny. Yes, not including FFR3. I think the next new Final Fantasy remix or new will be multiplat. We'll see. I was more thinking of the new ones. I guess there won't be another new after Rebirth. There won't be one for quite a while because. What do you mean the joke's going over my head? The joke's going over your head. No, know what Roche is. No, I know Roche was making a joke. I know Roche is making a joke. I know, but I'd like to answer questions. Come on, man, it's just a thing I like to do. I like to answer questions seriously. So I said, oh, that's not going to happen, but it would be funny. Not including remake 3. The new Final Fantasy remakes or new will be multiplayer. Now that would be a good idea, but maybe. I mean, what would come? I mean, there's the 9 remake is rumored. There's a Final Fantasy Tactics is rumored, although I think that's a like a remaster or a remake. Those are both rumored, of course. And then there would be, well, I guess Final Fantasy 17, which by and right should be an MMO, but they won't make it an MMO. I mean, logically it should be an MMO if you go by their numbering, but it won't be an MMO because they'll still keep Final Fantasy 14 around. Where's Final Fantasy 16 DLC? It won't be until next year. They just announced they're doing DLC. They haven't. It won't be until next year. It'll be after Rebirth. They're not gonna give details and release of that. They've just said they're doing DLC, but no, there's no details of it yet. Yes, Final Fantasy 17 should be an MMO, but it won't be because I think they're going to keep Final Fantasy 14 around. But logically, it should be. No, they won't do that. They better release a trailer a week before or after. What, you mean like they did for goddamn 16? Oh no, Final Fantasy 16 is going to be out, but just ignore that and look at this Rebirth trailer. That's smart. Square Enix is just like mismanaged, and it's like, I'm glad now that you have like their investors are kind of, you know, their investors are losing faith in them, and they're having, you know, issues there with the company losing money, and you know, different analysts and journalists have said what some of us in the sales community, definitely me anyway, and I know Mario DK has also been saying stuff like that as well. They're just a grossly mismanaged company. They got rid of Matsuda. Airbrush Kiryu-san, I don't know, man. He's kind of focused on his NFTs and all this, which they haven't mentioned the NFTs in a while. I haven't really gone into it and like mentioned, because they were like hardcore, like they had whole things, and the letter from the president 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. The letter from the president of Square Enix was about NFTs. 2 years in a row. The New Year's letter. So it'll be interesting to see Airbrush Kiryu-san's first president's letter in next. Well, it won't be long. It's only a few months actually. In January next year. Be interesting to see his first one. God help him if he's got NFTs in there. I swear to God. Don't you do it, Airbrush Kiryu-san. Do not do it. You better not do it. Okay, so let's wrap up. Oh God, what are we doing here? I should have wrapped up with this show with the FF7 Lo-Fi. Oh, what am I doing? We're going to finish off. FF7 Lo-Fi. Look. YouTube search knows what I want. Here we go. We're gonna finish off the stream with FF7 Lo-Fi. Yeah. So thank you today to everyone who came out to this special makeup episode. Now, we didn't even talk about any of the sales, of course. I will get into and catch up on some of the sales on Friday's show. I just wanted to have a show for the community and everything. I was thinking of only doing this on Discord, but I decided to record it for prosperity, and because we haven't had a show for a couple of weeks, so yeah, I just wanted to get everything. This was mainly for the community so we could talk about the presentations. So thank you for everyone that came out. Now I can't remember everyone who was in the chat, so it was J2, Kike, Red Hood, Roche, Finny Mac, Mousy. Who else was there? Dankme, was Dankme into that? Oh, I can't remember. I'm losing I don't know. Who was there? Anyway, everyone who was here. I just completely I've got a brain fart. I'm sorry. It's like 10:30 here, so it's pretty late. I know all of you are on. It's way earlier in the day for you, right? Isn't it? Like evening or afternoon. I think Mousy is still at work. What's that?
What?
Sorry?
Jago, he came.
Jago was here. Jago was here for a while. He had to go. I think he was losing his voice. He had been to a Sonic concert. I don't know why anyone would go to a Sonic concert, but anyway, he was at a Sonic concert. Which he lost his voice. Well, that's what you get when you go to Sonic concert. Obviously, you can lose your voice. So yeah, he lost his voice. So I think that's why he wasn't around for too long. He's gonna go and rest. So yeah, thanks to everyone that's come. As we finish out on this banger of a track. This track is such a banger. I don't care what it says. Yeah. So great little mini show, or I say mini, but don't you play that? I know it's you, Red Hood. I know it's you. Stop it! I don't even know if you look at the screen. I know it's you. Yeah. So thanks for coming out, discussing everything. We're going to be discussing more of this, the sales. We have a couple of quick community things. I want to do I haven't set it up yet. I wanted to do a bet. Do we think I'm going to set this up? Mousy. Mousy not even listening. Is Mousy listening? I don't know, maybe she is. Mousy, we need to set this bet up. Do we think
I think she's working. Yeah, she left.
She's sometimes she Skypes, okay? Sometimes she works, sometimes she Skypes off. Okay, she might be working. But do we think Barton Kaitos is gonna chart in the top 10 of the Famitsu chart? So that's don't do the crickets. That's a good bet. You might not like Barton Kaitos, but for a bet it's good. Because I don't know, it could go either way. It could go either way. We're going to think it's going to top in a chart in the top 10 of the Famitsu chart. Bear in mind that Bandai Namco almost did no promotion at all for the goddamn game. I bought it, and I think it's going to be carried hard.
Good J. Arthur.
J. Arthur? What did J. Arthur say? Oh yeah, and quickly before we end, I want to do this because I haven't done it yet. Or for a while.
Oh, I was just reading the comment section.
Oh, you read the comments whilst I quickly do this thing. Which one is it now? Oh, now I want to do this because I have not intentionally not done this for a while. Sort by. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Not that one. Hang on a sec. I did the wrong one. Which one is it then? Not that one. Not that one. No. Oh, this one. One. So let's see the top rep. Our community. Oh my god! Listen, oh god, Vinnie Mac's going. I'm gonna Vinnie Mac making that noise. Vinnie Mac. Listen, Vinnie Mac, don't even start. Don't even start. All right? I don't know why that looks like that. People need to stop giving me and Mousy points Why did it just change like that? You need to stop giving me a mousy J. No, don't even start. Don't even start. Stop it. No, I'm not. No, I'm gonna just look at the. I'm gonna show it on here. I don't care. Listen, stop giving me a mousy J points. Stop giving me a mousy J points. This is the leaderboard for our community members. Yes, me and Mousy are tied at the top for 19. I don't know how that happened. Stop giving us J points. When you give us accidental J points, this happens as well. Okay, but me and Mousy are always there. We're running the server, so yeah. So me and Mousy, my right-hand woman, are tied for the number one on the leaderboard.
Yeah, because Atlas gave her a good thing.
Yeah, stop, Sam Atlas, stop giving accident, unless you mean to, Sam Atlas. So number 3 is oh God, what's Crux's written?
Actually, you know what? Maybe I can probably.
In fact, they haven't been around for a while. Oh God, my mind's going blank. What's Crux's name they're using anyway? But I can't remember. It's late. Number 4, Jago. Number 4 is Jago. Number 5 is Sam Atlas. Yeah, so Crux has 15 J points. Jago has 14 J points. Number 4. Number 5 is Sam Atlas with 12 J points. Number 6 is Red Hood with 9 J points. Well done, Red Hood. Tied at number 6 is Keycare with 9 J points, and also tied at number 6 is Moa DK with 9 J points. Number 9 is Vinnie Mac with 7 J points. Don't say that nobody ever. Somebody's giving you points, Vinnie Mac. Maybe you'd get more points if you stopped crying conspiracy all the time. How about that, Vinnie Mac? Number 10 is Roche with 6 J points. Tied at number 11 are Yeshua and Jedimus 4 with 5 J points. Number 13, Sir Arthur or J Arthur with 4 J points. Also tied with Dank Meme Center at number 13 with 4 J points, and also tied with J2 Blue at number 13 with 4 J points. Number 16 is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because a load of people with 1 J point. Okay, so multiple people. I won't go into it right or now. Is there more? Oh no, maybe it's just these ones. Okay, so Irina Riva, Plateau Vulnerable, Wolf Daddy, Wolf Bunny, and Sagadego all have 1 J point. Now you can be rewarded with J points. It's just little thing we do for community members on our server. It's just for being, a good community member, whatever. If anyone says thanks to you in the app message, then you'll be given a J point. Now I've set it up like that so you can give each other J points. The thing is that it doesn't. You can get false positives where people just say thanks and just a mess, and it doesn't distinguish between what the thanks is for. So you can just get accidental points as well. So that does happen. But I'd rather have it on and people get accidental points, and it gets chaos, and you get people like Vinnie Mac crying conspiracy and all that. It's more fun it's more chaos when it's on. Like, let's face it, it's more chaos when it's on. Otherwise, it'd just be up to me and Mousy who's deciding who's getting the J points. So Mousy and I can give out J points as well, whenever we want. We're not just saying thanks. So we give it out for various. Sometimes, even if I think you just said something funny, you did something nice, whatever, you shared some information, any type of things like that, then I will give you. You'll notice I'll just do it sometimes. You will do something and you'll get a J point. So I give out J points. I will tell Mousy let's be generous with these. There's a cooldown, but yeah, I've told Mousy we need to be generous with these J points, okay? So that Mousy and I should not be at the top of this leaderboard. I know that tends to happen because we're around all the time, but yeah, I just wanted to quickly go over and reward our community members. So what is Crux's name in the? I can't even remember. I'm so tired. It's oh my god. Giannis, sorry, Giannis. I'm sorry, Giannis. I'm so tired. Giannis, I haven't seen you around for ages. Jago, Sam Hatless, Red Hood, Keycare, Maridike, Vinnie Mac. Vinnie Mac, don't cry conspiracy anymore, please. Roche, yes you are. Jademus, Sarafa. That Vinnie Mac, Vinnie Mac, you'd get more J points if you were nicer to people and stopped like complaining. You would get more J points. So yeah, so there we go.
Okay, you know what?
Oh,
Enough. There is a conspiracy. Don't get mad at me because I'm showing the game. Don't
Wait,
get mad
what?
at me. And then what? And then so what? The only way for me to get points is for me to bend the knee? Is that what I'm
You
hearing?
don't have to bend the knee. No, you have to bend the
and you get
knee.
points?
No, but if you are nice to people, they will say thanks to you in a message, and you get J points from other people, not just me and Mousy. I give them out, but you get J points from each other, which is why I set up the thing so that you could give each other get J points.
Okay, I'm just saying. The two leaders at the top have the most J
Not only
points.
that, I have given you J points. Yes, I said.
Yes, you have given me J points to throw me off the scent. But don't worry, I'm on to you.
What? No, I gave you a J point the other day when you said you was right. What was it? You was right about them about the some that East game being in the Japan Direct. In the Japanese, and it was there, but it wasn't not for very long.
And I was blessed with a J point to kind of shut me up for a little bit. But it's okay. I don't think it
Oh my god! Oh my god! But you know what? I'll give you a little behind the curtain. Mousy said, Vinnie Mac did good work. He should get a J point. I was like, why you aren't just give him a J point? Why are you even asking me? You know. We agreed you deserve a J point. I don't even normally consult on J points. I just Mousy, just give them out to whoever you feel deserves it. You don't have to ask me. So it's not. I don't even like. She just said that because of like you crying about it all the time. But yes, I gave you a J point because you deserved it.
I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm seeing J points continually go to the same three people, and that's it. So I'm just asking a question.
So hang on, you included Johannes in that?
I've seen enough movies. I've read enough books to know when you start asking questions, things tend to happen. That's why I haven't been really vocal about it.
You haven't been vocal about it? What the hell?
I don't want a hit put on me over J points now.
The cap! So I can't believe this has not been vocal about it.
All the interviews to myself.
The absolute cap! Anyway, yeah, well, Johannes is at the top as well. Johannes hasn't even been here for ages. I don't know where they disappeared to. They've been here for ages. And they're still at the top, so other people should be overtaking them. Drago's going to overtake Johannes soon. So I'd like to see more people get J points, so everybody be generous with it. There's a cooldown. It's like 20 minutes, maybe not 20 minutes, but it's some number of minutes. There's a cooldown. Say thank you to people. Thanks, thank you, whatever. In an app, it has to be in an app message. Yes, you can trigger it accidentally. If you want me to take the accidental J points away, you can just say you can take the accidental ones away. But otherwise, I mean, I used to do it more, but now I'm just leaving. I can't be like, I've told people a bunch of times how to avoid giving accidental J points. So either you want, I'm just gonna assume you want them to have it now. So unless I get word otherwise. So yes, thank you, and oh my god, I wanted to finish on this goddamn lo-fi. We can't go out in silence. Let's finish on this. Okay, so thanks everybody. I forgot to put the stream ending thing on. Stream ending. Hi. Richard, why did you say hi on the thing to the end at the end? Yeah, so thanks everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.